Offset eye. Sweep play to the near side. And caught in the backfield for a loss of about a yard. That's going to be Sam Duke.
Well, coming up there and just doing a very good job to making the play and bringing him down and recognizing that. Number 49, Duncan Morfitt, as he sees it, reacts to it. That's the one thing about this Notre Dame defense in this 34 front. They want to make sure that they stretch this field out, stretch the receivers, stretch the running backs to the sideline to allow the running backs to come up and make the tackles.
So after the penalty and the loss, it's 2nd and 6. This time 2 receivers to the wide side of the field. King under center. Looks to throw. And overthrows his receiver badly. Incomplete, intended for Manzanares at the 18-yard line.
And you can credit that to pressure coming from the left side of Taylor King that time. Is coming off to and getting to the outside and making sure as Phil Caniglia. And Caniglia creates that pressure. Nice little stunt to the outside. Didn't get his feet set, and with that pressure coming, sails it over his receiver.
And it looked like there was some miscommunication as Manzanares ran a curl. It was probably looked like King was looking for a fade. This time the near side of the field is where the 2 receivers go, but it's 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. 7:51 to play first quarter. Barry Goldwater down 7-zip. Sweep play right side. Can he get outside? Going to be tackled from behind for a loss. That's Brendan Kaufman, who cannot get outside, and the Notre Dame defense forces a 3-and-out.
And Parker Zellers does a good job of getting to the outside. 6'1", 260-pound senior recognizes that. Good job by the Notre Dame defense to come up the field, force the play back inside so Zellers can scrape up and make the tackle.
So now Tanner Horton stands in his end zone to punt this one away. Should be great field position as Jordan Schleter stands at midfield. Notre Dame setting up a return, but Schleter is actually going to get it at the 48-yard line. Almost steps out of bounds, but stays on his feet at the 41 before he's finally gang tackled. So he gets a 7-yard gain and a great opportunity field position-wise for Notre Dame.
Good job that time by Duncan Morfitt not to block the Goldwater Bulldog that time. I call that a good no block as he allows him to go by. If he would have touched him, it would have been a block in the back. Notre Dame would have been marching backwards. But again, great field position for the Saints. Good job by Nick Duckworth last time, come out first play of the game. Nice simple throw. Now we're going to start to see this offense open up a little bit. They've established their running game. Now they need to establish their passing game. Give Nick Duckworth some short, safe throws to get him in rhythm.
Duckworth's under center from the 41. Handoff over the left side. The carry by Michael Cole, the fullback. And he gains 5 yards to the 36.
Well, you got to keep those fullbacks happy now, Chris. He's out there blocking the very first drive. Very first play of the second drive. They give the football to him as a nice little reward for doing such a good job of opening for those holes for his 2 running backs. So that's one of the keys that they're going to need him the entire night.
Michael Cole's nickname, it's great, Thumper.
Thumper. He looks like a thumper. He's out there laying the wood.
That's a great name for a fullback. Give him 4 on the play, 2nd and 6. He's back there as a single setback once again. 2 receivers to the left. Blitz by Goldwater, and they catch Cole in the backfield, but he will fight to the line of scrimmage, maybe. It'll be 3rd and long for the Saints.
Well, good job recognition. There's that stunt. There's the blitzes we're talking about, and Seth Manzanares comes shooting through the hole. He's there Mr. Everything as a tight end, as a defensive end. He comes sliding down and makes that tackle, and that's the one thing that Notre Dame's going to have to guard against. Now, how do you handle the pressure when you get a 3rd down and long situation? Can you find that man-to-man coverage if they stunt?
They have a spread formation, the first tackle for loss for the Goldwater defense, and it's 3rd and 7. Duckworth surveying, lots of time, throws into coverage, and he's out of bounds. Nice catch by Maurice White at the 20, but he couldn't get that 1 foot in bounds. And now it's decision time for Coach Gregory and the Saints, and it looks like he's sending on the punting team.
Yeah, I think at this early part of the game, you don't want to give up the field position because if you get a couple of teams going back and forth, it's all about field position. But I will say this, Nick Duckworth, that's a nice throw to Mo White up that right side. Got a pretty much a zone defense, 3-3-5, somewhat of a soft corner backing up there, but the back shoulder throw that time by Nick Duckworth almost pays off if Mo White keeps himself in bounds.
And Chris Harvey standing inside his 50 as a late man on the punt return comes in, and it's going to force a timeout. Nope, Let's see if they got the timeout called as the flag flies, and they did. So it will be a Saints timeout with 5:36 to play in the first quarter, leading 7-0. And early in the season, you don't have all the special teams players working on the same page.
The official does a good job of picking the flag up. Coach Gregory calls a timeout as coming in there late on the punt team. And you know how you know special teams is Duncan Morfett. And Duncan, just a little bit late, got caught up on the sideline for whatever reason. And those are some of those little things that have haunted this Notre Dame team this year. Just a little thing, some of the breakdowns here and there. And Coach Gregory and his staff knows how important this game is to win. And just little things like that could cause a punt block.
Well, and they've had 2 punts blocked. In fact, Hamilton blocked 2 of them in the same game and returned them both for touchdowns. And they also returned a punt that got away for a touchdown. So definitely the punt team is something that Coach Gregory wants to work on.
Well, and now you know why. Coach Gregory probably has a few extra gray hairs when they work on that after what you said, Chris, last week. And the last thing they want to do is have another one and somebody coming in late on the punt team.
So Khalil Glover standing at his own 10-yard line. We'll see if Harvey can coffin corner this. Kind of a high snap, but he gets it away. And that's going to land the 5-yard line and kept in nicely. Excellent job by Nicky Sarandria, excuse me. So he downs the football at the 3-yard line, and Goldwater with the ball back, but they're in trouble.
They are in trouble because this is not a team that moves the football effectively. Now, if you're Gary Gregory, you're the head coach / defensive coordinator, do you come after a Taylor King? Do you bring the house and try to take a couple of chances to try to get this Goldwater team off track into their own end zone and see what happens? But you got to guard against that because you don't want anybody breaking through into the second level on the blitz and going all the way.
That's right, like Manzanares, who can take a long pass. He spread out to the left side. It's an I formation behind King, and he gives it to Kaufman, who may get to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll give him the 4-yard line before he's swarmed over by a host of Saints led by Christian Rodriguez, the weak side linebacker.
That's one thing these linebackers do here at Notre Dame is they do read and react very well. And that's the key for this defense is allow your linebackers that penetration. Make sure you read and react. Now, they will stunt. They will come periodically. But early on here in this game, we have not seen the aggressiveness that we've seen with the Barry Goldwater defense.
Same formation, 2nd and 9 from the 4 for the Bulldogs. Inside 5 minutes to play first quarter. And it's Kaufman, and he's stacked up at the line of scrimmage once again. Going to be pushed back into the end zone. And again, it's Rodriguez coming in to wrestle him down. And it'll be 3rd and long for Barry Goldwater.
Yeah, a host of Saints meeting him back at the line of scrimmage. And again, it's his defensive line is winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. And you see this time in and time and again. You also Grant Martinez. I mean, here's a good tight end for this Notre Dame team. You see what he can do on the offensive side of the football. They just don't have that kind of individual they could go to on the Goldwater side that they can throw a pop pass to and get you 5 to 10 yards at any time.
Their big gun is Manzanares, split out wide left, but it's 3rd and 10 from the 3. Let's see if the Saints bring it on a blitz. You're looking for Manzanares, and King's going to have to pull it down. He'll head forward and get a little bit of breathing room for his punter. But 6 plays from scrimmage and a grand total of 0 yards for the Bulldogs on their first 2 drives. They'll be forced to punt.
Yeah, good job again by this Notre Dame team to go ahead and just force the issue, making sure that they go ahead and get that down. At that time, Conrad Kroles, the defensive end, number 66 is 6'5", 200 pounds, to come crashing down to not allow Taylor King to get up in the pocket, which he's so adept at as far as running. If there's nothing there, they keep him inside the pocket and they with the sack.
Tanner Horton just a couple yards inside the end line. High snap, but he pulls it down, and it's partially blocked at the 5-yard line, and it's recovered inside the 10, but there's a flag on the play. We'll see if Notre Dame was offside. If so, they'll kick it again, but if not, it'll be 1st and goal for the Saints.
Well, good job that time to come after Goldwater and get in there and get into the fray. It looked like Parker Zellers, he comes off the field. He's running, all excited. He might have been lined up. No, it's going to go against Goldwater. Initially, something like that, you got guys lined up in the neutral zone. So Parker Zellers and the defense, special teams, they give away 2 punts last week. They come back and get 1 this week.
And they've got their offense set up 1st and goal from the 6. So score 1 in the special teams column for Notre Dame, and they're poised to take a 2-score lead with 3:17 left to play in the first period. Again, it's the full house backfield behind Duckworth under center. He looks to throw. Man wide open in the end zone. Incomplete. A nice play on defense by the Bulldogs. Otherwise, that was 6.
Well, that time throwing it to Grant Martinez. We talked about him, and there he is, number 88, wide open. This ball just slightly underthrown. Coming back to the backside, he was wide open too. Had Bailey Jones, wide receiver. So play fake up the middle, brought everybody in. Yeah, Bailey Jones off to the left side. It's kind of pick your poison, if you will, if you're Nick Duckworth. But this football just a hair underthrown, and Grant Martinez trying to come back and broken up at the last second by Goldwater.
And we have an injured player for the Bulldogs in the end zone with 3:11 to play in the first period.
Boy, if there's a throw that you'd like to have just a little more top to it, because Grant Martinez, he's a big, tall guy. He's at 6'5", committed to Arizona State University. He'll be headed over there, one of the top tight ends in the state of Arizona. Just a little more touch, a little more over the top, and you got the easy 6 points.
Let's talk a little bit about what's going to be happening at halftime. And, well, actually the player being helped off the field now, but there's going to be a special presentation honoring the late Scott Bemis, who passed away earlier this year. Just a fixture for the Notre Dame Saints Preparatory Academy, a girls soccer and boys football coach, and all-around great guy.
Yeah, Duncan Morfitt is going to win the Play Like a Champion Character Award. He recently won in Dublin when they were over in Ireland. And that's the one thing that they'll be doing. I believe it can be a tradition here at Scottsdale Community College for Notre Dame High School, the home field for the Saints.
Second and goal. Tefuri trying to get to the outside. Tackled and scores. Luke Tefuri, second touchdown of the night. And once again, Notre Dame passes on the first play of its drive and then runs the football in for a score.
And again, going to the left side of that offensive line. Not that they can't go to the right side, but going over to that left side where Matt Roth and Connor Gallagher, Connor O'Brien to go ahead and basically just take care of a sure thing as they came out with a little play action. And the first pass incomplete to Grant Martinez on the throw. This time they go to the left side and pound it into the end zone.
And Grayson Knockin for the extra point gets it away. 14-0, 3:06 to play in the first period. Notre Dame leading Barry Goldwater. And it's the Saints who are all offense here in the opening stanza.
Yeah, they really are. They've come out and dominated the line of scrimmage and pretty much have outmatched and outmanned this Goldwater team. So I think that you look at what they're doing, what their game plan was after last week's game is just a matter of execution. Just a lot of simple things, and not that Coach Gregory and his staff here at Notre Dame have had to dumb things down. They just wanted to get more execution. Just be confident with what you're doing, and let's just be bound and determined to commit for the entire game. And I think we're seeing that so far early on in this first quarter.
And getting ready to kick it off once again is Grayson Knockin, has the football at the 40-yard line. Khalil Glover back deep at the 10 to receive it for the Goldwater Bulldogs. And really, if you're the Bulldogs, you've had 2 3-and-outs. You've got to find something on offense that works.
And I think a couple of things that Coach Cook has to do is he has to take a shot. If he can protect his quarterback in Taylor King, try to take a shot down the field to get yourself back into this football game.
10-yard line as Glover gets it to the 20. Couple blockers in front of him across the 25, and this time decent field position at the 27-yard line for Barry Goldwater.
Good job making the tackle, especially on special teams as he comes and does that is Conrad Kroles, 6'5", 200 pounds. This young man, he's been all over the place so far on the defensive side and on the special teams for Notre Dame.
So we've seen some sweep attempts, a couple of run attempts up the middle for Taylor King, and a couple of errant passes by the quarterback.
Yeah, and I think more so than anything, they have to get Taylor King on a roll. That's what he does so well. They get him out on the perimeter, allow him to throw. They'll run out of a slot formation. We get a combination on the outside-inside receiver. If it's not there, give him an opportunity to pick up 3 or 4 yards.
Brendan Kaufman's been getting the bulk of the carries thus far for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from the 27. King looks to throw. Decent pressure this time. Now it breaks down, and King's going to be sacked back at the 17. Fumbled, and it's going to be another touchdown for Notre Dame Preparatory. And Conrad Kroles from his defensive end spot scoops up the fumble and goes 14 yards, and the Saints are up by 3 TDs.
Conrad Kroles have a ball game. We've called his name on a couple of sacks. We've called him on a special teams, couple of tackles, a 6'5", 200-pound senior. having one of those games, especially on a very special night where they're going to honor Scott Bemis with the Play Like a Championship Today situation. He would be one of those very proud individuals to see this young man having this good of a night so far.
Knockin getting ready to line up this extra point, but Goldwater tried to get King outside, and the protection broke down. Sack, fumble, score for the Saints. Now the extra point. And it is good. 2:50 left to play. 21-0 Notre Dame over Goldwater on AIA365.com.
At Buick, we think luxury should be something you can live in every day, right where you are, wherever you are. It's an entirely new approach to luxury. And now, Buick is giving you an entirely new way to experience it. Introducing the Experience Buick Lease. Drive the Buick you want with the premium services you want, all included for 2 years. That's 2 years of hands-free calling, roadside assistance, and turn-by-turn navigation with OnStar. 2 years of news, sports, and commercial-free music from SiriusXM. And 2 years of routine maintenance that covers everything from oil changes to tire rotations. The Experience Buick Lease. It's a whole new lease on luxury. Maintenance plan covers select scheduled maintenance up to 2 years or 24,000 miles, whichever comes first. Visit experiencebuick.com for complete details. Visit OnStar.com for coverage and system limitations.
The end zone, so the Bulldogs will start at their own 20-yard line. They've gone 3 plays punt, 3 plays punt, and 1 play fumble return for a touchdown.
And here's one of the situations, if you're Ed Cook, the head coach at Goldwater, you do not want to let this get out of hand. Get into a 28, 35 to 42 type of game at halftime, because when you come back, this gets up to 49 to zip. They'll get the running clock going. Won't bode well for Goldwater, and that's the one thing that Coach Cook talked about. Is he said, hey, look, Notre Dame's got a lot of talent. You know, even though they've gotten beat pretty big a couple of times, they've got a lot of talent. We know they can put a lot of points on the board. So this is a very key drive for Goldwater to go down and score.
Concentrate on getting a first down from the 20 as Kaufman finds a little hole, tries to break to the outside of the 25, follows a blocker, and has that first down. A 13-yard gain for Brendan Kaufman. Check that. That is Glover. So Khalil Glover tackled by Jordan Schleter in the secondary.
Good job by the left side of the offensive line, doing a very good job of opening up a hole for Glover, bouncing it to the outside, does a good job of being patient. And there it is right there, Chris. You said, hey, look, just get a few first downs. And for a lot of struggling offenses, getting 2, 3, 4 first downs gives them that confidence and allows them to understand that they can move the ball against a defense.
Bunch formation to the right side with 3 receivers on 1st and 10 from their own 33. And it's the sweep play, student body right, and breaking into the backfield. Is that Nicholas Rowe?
No, that's Mr. Kroles himself, Conrad Kroles, having a night. Just seeing it, reading it, understanding what this offense is running. They run to the bunch package, but these guys come down and try to lay a couple of blocks, but Kroles comes from the backside and runs down the running back of Goldwater.
For a 4-yard loss, and after that initial first down, the Bulldogs find themselves 2nd down 14.
Well, they're going to have to maybe start looking at some screens, some sweeps, maybe some draws or something like that. And it's not as if Notre Dame's blitzing every time. In this 3-4 front, they're just pretty much reading and reacting and seeing it as it's on the line.
This time they run the trap play inside, and that goes nowhere. I don't think he even got back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and long for Goldwater.
Well, if there's an interior lineman, offensively or defensively for Notre Dame, that didn't get the message loud and clear that they need to come out and win the battle of the line of scrimmage. And that was kind of the mantra for Scott Bemis for so many years as he opened up the school here at Notre Dame High School. Is if they ever felt they got to the point where they could win the battle line of scrimmage, they would win, because the talent comes here at Notre Dame in order to get the specialty guys to the outside.
Well, now it's Taylor King with a 3rd down, call it 13. Receivers either side. Notre Dame trying to force another 3 and out. Play action rolling right side. King running for his life. Going to tuck it and run and get past the 30 and back to the original line of scrimmage. But he's finally brought down by Archer Thomas, and it'll be another punting situation for Barry Goldwater.
Well, Taylor King just can't get to the outside. They're trying to roll him out right or left, but you're just starting to see the speed take over the much more maligned Goldwater offense as he's trying to get to the outside. There's just no combination of routes, and it looks as if that they're daring Taylor King to throw the football. Hey, beat us with your arm. We'll take care of your run plays, but beat us with your arm. And eventually that's what Taylor King's going to have to do is throw this football down the field.
Tanner Horton gets a nice punt. It will go out of bounds, actually a little bit shorter, and that may even end up in Goldwater territory, and it will. So for the third time tonight, the Saints will start on the Bulldog side of the field at the 46-yard line. 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
And we talked about that, Ted. We talked about Luke Tefuri. He's already got an offer for an Army. Grant Martinez, we talked about him. Chris going to ASU. Jordan Schleter. Here's a kid that's all over the place in tackles and in running the football. And then Parker Zellers, another young man with 3 sacks, 6 tackles for losses. So you've got the talent, you've got the ability, just a matter of settling everybody down and getting back into the swing of things.
Low snap, Duckworth picks it up. Nice curl route, first down, inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. As Grant Martinez, the tight end, gets his first reception of the night. Had that touchdown pass knocked out of his hands, but he's got in the stat sheet now.
And a very confident throw by Nick Duckworth. He took his drop, he sets his feet, plants that right foot. He got a curl route, puts it right on him, and as he throws the football, drives the football, very confident and sure throw. Those are the kind of throws you need to get Nick Duckworth underlined.
He's in the shotgun as time winds down in the first period. Looks to throw again. This time into the flat to Mo White, 25-yard line, and tackled inside the 20. He'll have another first down as time expires in the first period. The first 3 games, Notre Dame Prep scores 20 points. In the first quarter of this one, they lead 21-0 over the Bulldogs of Barry Goldwater. We'll be back with the second quarter in a moment on AIA365.com.
That's good flow.
Your Arizona Rattlers are the 2012 AFL World Champions. After a resounding and hard-fought victory in Arena Bowl 25, your Snakes have brought the Foster Trophy back to the desert where it belongs. Don't miss a single game next season as the Rattlers battle to defend their crown and title. 2013 season tickets are on sale now. Get a whole season of hard-hitting football for as low as $45. Call 602-514-TDTD to reserve yours today.
Looking for an amazing college experience? Grand Canyon University is the perfect place to earn your degree. With fun and friendly campus life, GCU offers the personal attention of professors who know you by name. Our undergraduate and graduate programs are supported by a 60-year heritage of quality Christian education and will put you on the right path to finding your purpose. Pursue your degree on campus, online, or in the evening. Register now at gcu.edu/purpose.
Saints fan, this first quarter couldn't have gone any better. 21 points, and you have the ball inside the red zone for Barry Goldwater. 1st and 10 from the 17. Bunch formation to the left side for Notre Dame. Duckworth in a shotgun, takes the snap, throws incomplete, overthrew his receiver intended for Bailey Jones, who was open inside the 5.
That bunch package that time, he was wide open. Bailey Jones and Nick Duckworth looked at him and said, hey, my bad, because they broke clear up. The 2 outside receivers in that bunch package, one goes to the inside, one goes to the outside. Bailey Jones just goes right up the seam. That's the vulnerable spot in this 3-3-5 defense of Barry Goldwater. Good call that time by Notre Dame. He just overshot his receiver.
So it's 2nd down and 10 as Cole stands to the right of Duckworth in the backfield. It's that same bunch formation. Maybe they'll try the same play. Duckworth looks that way. Throws over the middle this time, caught at the 10-yard line, down to the 6. Should be enough for the first down as Bailey Jones does get his first reception of the game, and it will be 1st and goal for Notre Dame.
Good read by Nick Duckworth that time as Bailey Jones comes across the middle. He sees the safety walk up into the box. You got 9 in the box that time. The safety breaks outside. Bailey Jones runs like a little short slant. Does a good job of making the read, puts it right on his inside shoulder, gives him an opportunity to get up the field and get the first down.
And let's see if they come with the full house backfield. No, they stay with the spread on 1st and goal. 3 receivers to the right side of the formation. They're going to have to hustle to get this one off. Duckworth looks that way. Flag comes in as he goes for the corner of the end zone. That's caught. And it is a touchdown, but there's a second flag on the field. We may have 2 different penalties.
Well, this one just throws it up to Grant Martinez. He's out there flexed out wide, and Nick Duckworth just drops back to pass, throws this ball up high where the 6'5 Martinez is the only one they can get a hold of on the very short cornerback on that side.
Let's sort out the laundry. Well, touchdown will not stand. Both fouls are against Notre Dame as illegal procedure is declined, but the Bulldogs will take the holding call, so it'll be 1st down from the 16-yard line.
And a couple of plays there where you've got opportunities. We saw the one on the throw to Grant Martinez in the first quarter, a little bit behind him. Here, they make the throw, but coming back from the left side of the offensive line, get caught for holding. But again, Nick Duckworth drops back to pass, and one thing he's just got to be very careful of. If you got a tall receiver like that, he's just telegraphing. He looked at Martinez, let him get set up, throws this ball high where only he can get it. But you got to watch the eyes. You got to make sure you watch those eyes so they're not telegraphing and leading the defender to the receiver.
This time, 2 backs in the backfield. Play action as they run the screen, and it's wide open to the near side, 15-yard line and the 10, and he'll get half of what he needed for the touchdown. As Jordan Schleter comes out of the backfield, it'll make it 2nd down and goal from the 8.
It's a very well-designed play. It's a play fake going to the right side. They set up a screen to the far right side. Come back to Schleter. It's nothing more than a naked screen as they get the entire defense to flow right. He throws it back to Schleter. Schleter catches the football, goes down the field, gets a huge gain to get him within very manageable 2nd down position.
Yeah, wasn't much of a screen. There was only blockers inside, and Schleter got all that yardage himself. From the 8-yard line, Duckworth is under center in the 1st minute of the 2nd quarter. Looks to throw to add to the 3-touchdown lead. All kinds of time. Goes to his left, tries to hit his tight end. What a catch! Martinez, touchdown, Grant Martinez, and that's why he'll be playing on Saturdays next year.
And Nick Duckworth does a great job of looking, sets up in the pocket, looks right, rolls to his left, gets his shoulders around, and makes a great throw high and outside where only one Grant Martinez can get it at 6'5". Does a good job, stretches out. Good throw, great catch, good execution by Notre Dame on the touchdown pass.
And give credit to Nick Duckworth for not giving up on that play. Rolled to his left, even though he had great protection initially. He found Martinez, and Martinez using every bit of his 6'4" frame to bring that one in.
And, you know, Chris, that's very important. A lot of scouts want to take a look at a situation where they go, is he using his eyes to go up the field? And he did. Instead of running, he turns around and throws it up the field versus taking off.
It is good. The extra point, 28-0. Saints lead Barry Goldwater with 10:59 left to play in the first half. We'll be back with more action in just a moment on AIA365.com. Knockin comes forward to kick it off. He put the last one through the end zone, but this one is much shorter. We've taken it to 16-yard line, and the Bulldogs with a nice return outside the 25 to the 26-yard line is Glover. And we'll see if Barry Goldwater can get something going on the offensive side of the football, as making the tackle was Conrad Kroles.
Well, you're going to have to dig something up, because I think with Ed Cook in this Goldwater Bulldogs team is going to have to do is just take a shot. I mean, just throw something up. Maybe they can get something down the field, get a catch, get themselves within range. You're down 28-0, and things starting to fall apart very, very quickly. So, again, as we mentioned, hey, just get a few first downs, give your offense a little bit of continuity, give them a little bit of confidence in order to give themselves an opportunity to get back into this football game.
4 games gone in the season. Goldwater has still not scored in the first quarter of any of them. They have not scored in the fourth quarter either. They trail 28-0 early in the second here, but have it 1st and 10 from their own 26. Taylor King under center. And they run the reverse to the near side across the 30 to the 31-yard line. I believe that's Seth Manzanares for a 3-yard gain.
Well, he's one of the guys they have to get involved, and there's a little bit of trickeration that we're looking for. Maybe mix it up, gadget play, gimmick. Maybe we'll see a little bit later on here in this second quarter is where they'll throw off of that. But Manzanares has to get involved. Taylor King trying to get this team involved with his legs more so than anything. But you got to throw a couple up to Manzanares just to give him an opportunity to make a play.
But you did it. You said it is they tried to give Manzanares a touch, and he hasn't had a touch tonight before that play. And he's your big playmaker. That time he gets 4 yards to the 31-yard line. Motion man to the near side. King looks to throw and going to be sacked from behind at the 26-yard line. That protection breaks down so quickly. And Notre Dame with its second sack of the night as Parker Zellers gets the tackle for loss.
And they tried to go with the go route out here to Manzanares. Man-to-man coverage over here by number 24, Josh Sarandrea. And Sarandrea all over him. And Taylor King really nowhere to throw that football as the protection breaks down. He didn't even get a chance to throw this football up and out to give Manzanares an opportunity to catch it.
When you only have 2 seconds in the pocket, there's not a whole lot of options if you're a passer. And it's 3rd and 10 now for Taylor King, 2 receivers to his right. Give up the middle is to Kaufman, who gets to the 34-yard line. An impressive gain. It will be short of the first down and perhaps another punting situation for Barry Goldwater.
Well, I'm not so much if Coach Cook, it looks like he is going to punt it away. If it was like 4th and 1, he might have taken a shot and opportunity. But 4th down and a long 3, almost 4, probably very wise to punt this football away and at least give his defense an opportunity to try to stop this Notre Dame offense in this first half.
Now, Horton's punt was only about 20 yards last time. He kind of shanked it. Schleter standing back at his 34 to return for the Saints. A high, short punt once again for the Bulldogs. And nice job by Schleter to fall on it at the 40. It may have struck a Notre Dame player. It would have been a live ball had Goldwater fallen on it, but it will be Saints football.
And very smart, as you mentioned, Chris, because you do not want to give up a cheap touchdown. You're up 28-0, and you pretty much have got the pedal to the metal here on this first half. So you want to get into a scenario where you don't give up any cheap turnovers and allow a team to get into it.
So once again, the Saints setting up shop. They've scored on all but one of their drives. They have it at the 40-yard line. And it looks like we got a new quarterback.
Maybe a little Wildcat action going on here at Notre Dame tonight.
It is a Wildcat. And the handoff is to Cole up the middle of the 42-yard line as taking the snap was Maurice White.
Nick Duckworth lining up out here at wide receiver. That blazing speed going down. You never know. He's got the height at 6'5", 235 pounds. Good athlete. Maybe take a shot once in a while. But I think that's one of those wrinkles, one of those looks that Notre Dame wants to throw out there just to have those other teams that they're going to be playing as they move on down the road. They take on Desert Mountain next week just to get an idea of keeping them honest.
And we're doing it again. Call it the Wildcat, the Wild Saint, whatever you want to call it. It's 2nd and 8. It's coming in motion is Schleter into the backfield. White takes the snap. He's going to take the option and keep it himself. He'll get to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That was nicely defensed by Goldwater, and it'll be 3rd down and long for Notre Dame.
Very good job of staying home by the Goldwater defense. They didn't get caught up in the motion by Maurice White coming down the line of scrimmage. Defensive end comes up the field. The safety does a good job of filling the gap. Really nowhere for Maurice White to run.
Tackle was made by Seth Manzanares. He is a two-way starter for Goldwater, and he is a defensive standout as well.
Manzanares, you look at it, 3 catches, but also looking at the tackles, over 6 tackles, averaging 3 tackles per game for this Goldwater defense.
3rd and 7, 3 receivers to the near side of the field. Duckworth back at shotgunning, plenty of time, throws it in the flat, caught, first down and more outside the 40, and finally a late flag comes in. It's probably going to be a late hit, so it'll be 15 more as Maurice White makes the catch and gets more yards after the catch.
Yeah, good job that time by Nick Duckworth. He drops back, allows the play to develop. Nice out route by White that time. Looks like we might also have a roughing the passer on Nick Duckworth. But again, good job, good timing on the route. Nick Duckworth getting rid of that football before Maurice White comes out of his break.
Now, if this flag downfield was after the play, they will assess both of them. As you see the flag line back at the 34-yard line where Duckworth left the football, unless it is a holding call, we may have some offsetting penalties. That's what the officials are trying to figure out. With 7:20 left to play in the first half, Notre Dame leading Barry Goldwater 28-0.
And I guess the positives you see in a play like that is good protection, good timing, good throw, good catch. You get into a situation of a 3-3-5, soft corners on this side. They back off and get into that situation.
It is going to be roughing the passer and a dead ball personal foul. That's against the Saints. So they will enforce both of them, and we'll have to see where the football ends up being spotted. One is a during the play foul, and one is a post-possession foul.
All right, Chris, get your calculator out. Do the quick calculations here as we get in it. They have to pull out a pocket calculator and abacus to figure this bad boy out in reference to where this is all going to end up. Both teams, Notre Dame has backed off about 25 yards back to the back.
Because they don't know where it's going either.
No, they don't.
You know what? It may be 15 one way and 15 the other.
It very well could.
But it will be an automatic first down for the Saints.
And the one thing is from the spot of the foul. So that's one key, the spot of the foul that they'll take it from. They'll take it forward to and then back to. And we'll get it all sorted out here as they get all the mathematicians out there on the field. It's good to be a mathematician / referee in college football or pro.
Well, both of these schools have excellent academic reputation, so I'm sure half the people on the sideline already know where the ball is going.
They've already got it figured out.
And they need to tell the officials because they're still working on it. Notre Dame with 2 scores on their first 3 drives and then a fumble return for a touchdown to make it 21-0. And then in the first minute of the second quarter, Grant Martinez catching an 8-yard touchdown pass, laying out for that, and it's Notre Dame with a 28-0 lead over Goldwater. Remember, the Bulldogs lost last week to Deer Valley 27-0 through 4 quarters. Be sure and join us every Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Arizona Sports Preps 365. It's the only show of its kind in the Valley talking about high school sports and the stories and topics that affect high school students and athletes each week. Go beyond the scores and stats every Saturday only on Arizona Sports 620. Arizona Sports Preps 365.
All right, Chris, I think we've got it all figured out. It's going to be a first down for Notre Dame. They took the roughing the passer scenario, and also you take a look at what they did as far as personal foul on Notre Dame out of bounds. So I think it's going to be Notre Dame first down and 10 from the Goldwater 33-yard line. So after they got it all sorted out, they got Notre Dame continuing to matriculate the football down the field. Now they got the running game. Now they got the passing game, everything in full force and effect here at Scottsdale Community College.
Well, I'm not quite sure that the officials have it all figured out yet, as they haven't set the ball down at the 33, and that's about where Mo White went out of bounds, and now they are setting the football down there. And Notre Dame with good field position trying to score its 5th touchdown of the night.
And I think I like what Gary Gregory is doing with this offense right now. You want to give Nick Duckworth the confidence. They've really been struggling, and they're throwing the football effectively, running the football effectively. Give him the opportunity to work on the throws as you get going here.
And it's the Wildcat once again with Mo White lined up in the shotgun. Schleter in motion, comes back beside him. White with the snap. He's going to throw the football. Now scrambling to the right, and he throws it to the 30-yard line down to the 25 as Jordan Schleter makes the catch. He'll be short of the first down, but Maurice White with his first completion of the game.
Mo White does a good job. Rolls out to his right side. You see Schleter just kind of release out of the backfield. White's looking down the field to look up the field as a quarterback to see what he's got, but he kind of drops it off to Schleter to the outside. Another couple of wrinkles that Notre Dame is starting to show here.
We have an injured Bulldog player on the field at the 25-yard line near where the tackle was made. And he is getting to his feet. So that's good news for Bulldog fans.
You know, Chris, it's interesting when we talk about Scott Bemis and the presentation that they're going to make here at halftime. It's play like a champion, and Duncan Morfitt will be presented with the award. But you think of Scott and all that he's done. I look at those years, basically in 2007, they're state champs. 2008, they're state champs. 13-1 in 2007, 14-0 in 2008. In 2009, 7-4. 2014, 11-2. 45-7 for a 4-year run, folks. 45-7 for a 4-year run. Just over 10 victories per season and just under 2 losses. That was a great run that Notre Dame's hoping to get back to here at Scottsdale Community College.
Yeah, 86.5% winning percentage is not bad. White, again, is at the quarterback spot on 2nd down and 3. Threw it last time. Going to hand it up the middle, and it's Luke Tefuri. Gets very close to the first down, and it will depend on the spot. No signal yet, and Tefuri will come out of the football game carrying his helmet.
And I think a couple of things here is you test your offensive line with the passing situation. You test them with the running situation. Give them a combination. This is one of those games, a statement games you put on your offensive line and your defensive line. You tell them, look, you guys go control the line of scrimmage. You go win the battle line of scrimmage. We'll win this football game with the individuals we have at quarterback, receiver, and running back.
And they are going to bring the chain gang in. See if this is a first down by Tefuri, who already has 2 touchdowns. He scored the first 2 of the night for the Saints.
Sean Renfrey, one of the top quarterbacks, was here at Notre Dame, now at Duke. Very good quarterback, about 6'5", 235 now, has really kind of grown in that position. A good player with a bad team, keeping those Duke teams in place. Good to see Sean, one of those many high school football players here out of Notre Dame that's gone on and having a successful career in college football.
Yeah, what do they feed the NDP kids? They got such tall quarterbacks.
I think it's just something in the water up here in North Scottsdale. It's the only thing I can think of.
Must be. Duckworth takes the reins back over from Mo White in the quarterback spot. Spread formation from the 22-yard line. Duckworth, protection breaking down, rolls to his right, throws incomplete. Tried to get Martinez at the 10-yard line, but Martinez needed to be about 7'4" instead of 6'4" to get that one.
Well, good job that time at Duckworth just to get rid of the football. They had the stunt coming on. You had the blitz from the outside. You had 7 come, so he steps up, does a good job of, again, keeping his head up the field, rolls out to the right side, and sails this one out of bounds, rightfully so. Martinez was covered. But again, the good thing is he's keeping his head up the field, trying to find his receivers as opposed to taking off.
And he doesn't underthrow it where it could be intercepted. He overthrew it where nobody could get it but Martinez. 3 receivers to the left side on 2nd and 10. Duckworth looks that way, into the flat, caught by Martinez at the 20. Makes a man miss at the 15 and out of bounds at the 11. That should be another first down. So even though Martinez is 6'4", 220, he's got some quicks to make people miss.
And a good job by Maurice White to come back and get a nice block to allow Grant Martinez to pick up another 6 yards. Very good job. At a combination, inside receiver runs the out route. Martinez goes down like a quick fade. Martinez makes a catch. Martinez comes back and does a good job. Or Mo White, I should say, makes it come back, get a nice block.
Martinez did not get the first down. 3rd and 1 from the 13. Inside 6 minutes to play in the first half. And Notre Dame with a 28-0 lead over the Bulldogs. Tefuri in the backfield, you got to think he might be option 1 to pick up this 3rd and short first down. 2 tight ends set for the Saints. Play action to Tefuri. Rolling is Duckworth. He's got to get rid of it. Caught first down at the 10-yard line. That's Martinez, who wasn't open early, but he kept running his route. And a 3-yard gain makes it 1st and goal for the Saints again.
And those are the kind of things you can work on when you're up 28-0. I don't know if Coach Gregory runs that kind of a play fake if this was a tie football game, but that's what you want to do. You want to play action, 3rd and 1, keep those linebackers inside. And Nick Duckworth does a good job of rolling out and putting them on the big tight end.
Yeah, you're making some good points. Even though they've got a comfortable lead right now, you want to try other things in your playbook while you have the confidence, because that will pay dividends later in the season.
Especially when you got teams like Desert Mountain, Chaparral, and Shadow Mountain coming up the next 3 games.
Tefuri stands to the right of Duckworth, 1st and goal inside the 10. Now Tefuri sprints out there's the bunch formation to the left side. Duckworth over the middle, caught. And Mo White into the end zone. Maurice White hit at the goal line, spun past the goal line, and it's a 10-yard touchdown pass, 34-0. Notre Dame leads Goldwater.
Empty backfield. Tefuri goes to the sideline. You got the bunch package, plus you have the Tefuri going to the sideline. Basically, 4 receivers, or quads as we like to call that, to the left side. You have a single receiver to the right side, occupies that side of the field. Maurice White does a good job of just running a slant. Again, finding the opening down the middle of the field against this defense of Goldwater, finding that weakness, and that's where you throw the football. Good job by Nick Duckworth recognizing that.
So that's Maurice White's first touchdown of the season and Duckworth's second touchdown pass of the game. And now Grayson Naukin looking to put his 5th extra point through the uprights in this first half.
And this is what you need for your quarterback. Even though he's a senior, didn't hardly play at all last year, and a senior quarterback last year, this is the kind of experience, this is the kind of a scenario that you want from your quarterback and your passing game in order to give him some confidence.
5:17 left to play in the first half. Notre Dame with a 35-0 lead over Barry Goldwater. We'll be back with more action in just a moment on AIA365.com.
Looking for an amazing college experience? Grand Canyon University is the perfect place to earn your degree. With fun and friendly campus life, GCU offers the personal attention of professors who know you by name. Our undergraduate and graduate programs are supported by a 60-year heritage of quality Christian education and will put you on the right path to finding your purpose. Pursue your degree on campus, online, or in the evening. Register now at gcu.edu/purpose.
Notre Dame has found its offensive swagger after scoring just 20 points through 3 games. They've scored 35 in one half of play as Naukin kicks it away to Goldwater. This one's a short one down to Glover at the 12-yard line. Going to try the left side. Has a block, breaks into the open field across the 40, going to be tackled just short of midfield. So finally, a positive play for Goldwater, and it comes on the special teams with a Khalil Glover 35-yard kickoff return.
Well, if there's a little bit of a spark that Goldwater needed, that's it. Khalil Glover, very talented, got about 4.3 speed. If you get him into the secondary, he can find that 5th gear. And hopefully this is something that Taylor King, a quarterback for Goldwater, can build on. Take a couple of shots, get a few first downs, get yourself, try to get a touchdown here, if not 3 points, put some points on the board going into halftime.
Looks like there was a flag that came down late, and they're going to mark off another 15 yards into Saint territory. So a personal foul against the Saints, one of the few mistakes Notre Dame has made tonight. And for the first time, Barry Goldwater starts in Notre Dame territory at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, coaches don't mind giving up touchdowns, but they don't want guys to have to earn those touchdowns.
I formation behind King, 2 receivers to his right. Fumbled snap. King picks it up, tries to get yardage. He fumbled it again. Looked like he fumbled it twice, but I believe Goldwater comes up with it and manages to gain a couple yards.
It's a very simple passing game that they have here at Goldwater. It's going to be twins right or twins left. That's a situation that they're going to use, but that time, again, as a quarterback, when things are starting to go backwards on you, make sure you secure the football. Just give yourself an opportunity, and that's what Taylor King's going to have to do, just force himself to stay in there as they spread this football out.
They've made lots of mistakes, but that's the first time they've actually fumbled the snap. Now, second down, call it 9 for Goldwater. King with a single setback, loses it again, and he's going to have to eat it at the 40-yard line. 2 consecutive fumbled snaps by King, and it's going to be 3rd down and 11 after a 2-yard loss.
Well, I can guarantee you this. Taylor King and his center is going to have to go over there on the sideline after this series is over with 4 minutes to go, even leading into the 3rd quarter. Work on your snaps. And the one thing that will happen there, too, Chris, is if you got your center starting to reach or down block, the quarterback has to understand the blocking scheme to ride his center if he's going to do that. Again, 2 costly mistakes with Goldwater going backwards.
And like we said, the first 2 bad snaps of the game for Goldwater couldn't come at a worse time as they're finally in Saint territory. But now they have 3rd and 11. This time the snap is clean. King looks to throw. He gets it away, and it's intercepted. Maurice White Going to try and take it to the house at the 40, and he will score easily. 68-yard interception return for a touchdown. A late flag comes in behind the play, but it's the second defensive touchdown of the game for Notre Dame, and Mo White's second score as well.
I think this is going to come back. I think it's going to be blocking in the back on Notre Dame on the return. So this will be from the spot of the foul. I didn't get the numbers. Maurice White gets. It's a block in the back. You could see it start to happen. Maurice White goes back, and as a defender, you have to let up because Mo White was gone beyond him. But I think this is going to be a block in the back. It will be an interception as it stands, but it'll probably come back from the spot of the foul.
Well, remember, when there's a change of possession like a fumble and interception, you have defenders becoming blockers, and they're not necessarily the best blockers. And if somebody caught it in the back, and like you said, Maurice White didn't need any blocking.
No, he didn't need any blocking. He didn't. And I think it's just overzealousness. Guys go, wow, I'm a blocker. And especially if you have that offensive guy turn his back on you, it's very hard to pull up. And it's one of those simultaneously things. You're going to block, guy turns his back on you, it's extremely hard to pull up. But it looks like this one's going to come back.
They're calling it a touchdown and a personal foul after the play. So it will be on the Saints, but the touchdown stands with 3:24 left to play. Now they're pointing toward Goldwater. They pointed toward Notre Dame first, but they're calling it against the Bulldogs. So that they'll probably take that on the kickoff and kick off from Bulldog territory. Well, now they're calling offsetting
personal fouls.
So
okay, then that's what's going. So that'll be just a touchdown by Notre Dame, offsetting personal fouls, and we do have a injured Bulldog down on the field still. So just have to hopefully think it's a situation. I think it might be the quarterback. It might be Taylor King. He just got hammered.
I think
on that throw.
Well, while they tend to the injured player, we will tell you that Farmers Insurance is proud to be a part of the Phoenix community and a longtime partner of the Arizona Interscholastic Association. Since 1928, Farmers has served communities and provided superior service to millions of customers. See how your knowledgeable local Farmers agent can save you money. Call 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com. That's 1-800-FARMERS or visit farmers.com. We are insurance. We are Farmers.
Well, Taylor King got hammered pretty good there, Chris, as he's throwing the backside blitz coming from that side. Looked like it was Kroll's again. He just is coming. He had the blitz on. The stunt was coming from both outsides. He had Taylor King drop back. He just gets hammered, and that causes this football to sail. And Maurice White is just sitting back there about 10 yards deep. The ball is a little high. The receiver tipped it, and he caught it. Does a good job, goes down the left field, the left line. I want to say left field line. Mm-hmm. So got that Major League Baseball thing in my head, and scores the touchdown. So confidence builder on both sides of the football, defensively and offensively. And this is the kind of I call blowout game that Notre Dame needed, especially after last week.
The backup quarterback for Goldwater is Cooper Ray, just a sophomore. He may take some snaps on this next possession, and you do have to give credit to King. He stood in there and took the hit and actually delivered a fairly good pass. It was just a bit high, and as you said, it was tipped into Maurice White's hands. And then Mo White took it to the house 68 yards later. It's a 41-0 game. Where will you be spending your Sundays? If you're an Arizona Cardinals fan, then it will be at the University of Phoenix Stadium. Get your Cardinals season tickets right now by calling 602-379-0102 or log on to azcardinals.com. Arizona Cardinals football, play as many, stand as one.
Well, Chris, one of the good things that's going to happen tonight, if they do go in at 42 to zip at halftime, or if they get another score, we still have 3.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter, is Coach Gregory of Notre Dame is going to allow his second, third teamers to get some opportunity to play. And that's very, very key, where you need pretty much all hands on deck when you start getting into the thickness of your schedule, with Desert Mountain next week, that game being here, then at Chaparral, Shadow Mountain, Cactus Shadows, at McClintock, and then Horizon. So you need to develop that depth, and this is a good game. This is a good opportunity for Notre Dame to play a lot of guys and an extensive amount of time to play those backups.
We're going to go ahead and take a timeout here from Scottsdale Community College. 41-0, Notre Dame with an extra point to come to lead the Goldwater Bulldogs. We'll be back in just a moment on AIA365.com.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. What's the best way to find out what your auto policy covers? A, smash your car up and see how much your insurance pays, or B, talk to a farmer's agent and see if you have the coverage you want. The answer is B. Please don't attempt A. That's just crazy town.
If you want answers about auto insurance, you want a farmer's agent. We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
To speak with a farmer's agent in your community, call 888-96-FARMERS.
Well, the scene hasn't changed here at SCC. Notre Dame still leading 41-0, and they're still tending to an injured Taylor King on the field. And unfortunately, I believe they're bringing an ambulance out onto the football field, and you never want to see that.
No, you really don't. And he did take a shot, and we didn't see him land because as soon as he got hammered, the ball sailed a little bit, and you follow the football, and Mo White catches it, goes down for the touchdown. And, Taylor King's not a big guy. He's about 5'8", about 145 pounds. I got to give him a lot of credit. Very courageous to stand in there. He's taken a lot of shots, run very effectively for the football team, being Barry Goldwater as far as running. Has had absolutely no time throwing the football tonight. The pressure, this offensive line outmanned by Barry Goldwater in reference to Notre Dame just coming on him and just about tattooing him on almost every throw.
As high school football fans know, there is always an ambulance in a high school football game or very close nearby, and they're getting out that backboard. The majority of the time, that's just a precaution, but there are those times when it's very well needed, and you see the stretcher coming out of the back of the ambulance as well. Calls to mind in college football earlier this year, Tulsa-Tulane,
yes,
the quarterback who actually did suffer a broken vertebra.
And we did see this last week, too. It was the Paradise Valley game where a young man from Paradise Valley, receiver, he got popped. He was down. Precautionary measures, they put him on the stretcher, and then they took him out. I forget who they played last. It was the Thursday night game a week ago, Thursday night. And just precautionary measures. You just want to make sure that all is good. They don't move him unnecessarily. So thoughts and prayers with Taylor King, who I believe that is out there in the middle of the field, and just make sure that he's okay. And Chris, if I could allude to the halftime activities that will be going on here tonight, is they're going to honor Scott Bemis, Play Like a Champion, and that being Notre Dame senior Duncan Morfitt will be presented at halftime. It's a character award recently won in Dublin when they made the trip over there to Ireland, where the team competed in the Global Ireland Football Tournament. That happened a few short weeks ago. Hamilton High School was over there, and Hamilton was over there, and also this Notre Dame team. They beat Father Judge 20-6 in a Father Judge out of Philadelphia for that victory. So congratulations to Duncan Morfitt. He'll be the first recipient of the Scott Bemis Play Like a Championship today.
Your Valley Toyota dealers are proud to be supporting partners of the AIA for another year. When you're ready to buy a new or used car or truck, be sure and head to your Valley Toyota dealers.
It's a very somber right now here at Scottsdale Community College. We just thoughts and prayers with Taylor King and just making sure this young man is okay and that this team continues to continue to battle. We got 3:24 left here in the second quarter here at Scottsdale Community College. Again, talking about the success of Notre Dame High School here, Scott Bemis, what he set up. Gary Gregory's been here every step of the way at Notre Dame High School since they opened up back in 2002. And we looked at the seasons that have come by. We talked about the 2007, 2008 back-to-back state championships. Only one loss, 27-1. When you look at that year, Chris,
it's an amazing stretch.
Just amazing stretch. We talked about it earlier, 45-7 over a 4-year stretch, 2007 through 2010. Those 4 years in a row. And the things that Scott established was that discipline factor. And, learning that. We look at I call it the McClintock factor under Coach Carl Kiefer.
Okay.
And we all went to McClintock. Scott, his brothers Jeff, and his brother Lance, who are here, and just all those lessons that we learned. Mike Gibbons, who's an assistant here at Notre Dame High School, he was also part of we call it the McClintock factory, the McClintock football factory, to all that was instilled in us under Carl Kiefer. And if Scott were alive today, he would tell you that's where he learned a lot of life's lessons that you learn, and to continue to bring that in his coaching career was truly phenomenal to see that. When you look at what happened here, prior to that at McClintock High School, and just his growth as a coach to instill a lot of those disciplines and a lot of that football knowledge here at Notre Dame Prep.
Well, it's been a delay of about 10 minutes or more as they're taking their time, which is what they need to do in this situation with Taylor King, the quarterback of Goldwater High School, who took a hit on that interception return for a touchdown by Maurice White. And to be honest, I can't tell you if that was the initial hit when he threw the football or if it happened after the play when blockers are going down trying to block for Maurice White. That happens to quarterbacks a lot as well. And not to say that a Notre Dame player was seeking out Taylor King or anything like that. That's just, he was just trying to block for his teammate. And these things unfortunately happen, even though there's no malice involved.
Well, there isn't. But anytime a quarterback throws an interception, those defensive guys, you know where they're beelining, Chris. They're looking for that quarterback to make a clean block, as you said, and that's the clean block you're looking for. But as a quarterback, if I threw the interception, I was going to go knock out that individual that was intercepting the ball. Matter of fact, you don't know this, but I threw that first interception in the game on purpose to get that angst out of my system. Yeah, that's the excuse I use to get that out of my system and hammer somebody. But, yeah, it's very, very unfortunate that at this point in a game like tonight, this will be one of those games that Taylor King will never forget. They're getting hammered on the field right now. He got hammered with this situation. We just hope that all is well with Taylor King.
And again, paramedics on scene now starting to move the stretcher after having hopefully secured into the backboard. Again, they take their time making sure the straps are gingerly placed but tightened where they need to be, and he'll be taken to a nearby medical facility and hopefully a positive evaluation by a doctor, because as we said before, oftentimes this is purely precautionary.
And kudos to our Salt River Fire Department paramedics out here as we remember 9/11 this past week, the 11th anniversary of the first responders, those police and fire and our military, those that, week in and week out, those thankless jobs that we don't give enough credit to as they come out here and have to deal with these kind of situations and making sure they deal with it properly in a proper manner. They are truly the best, and we don't give them enough thanks for being those individuals that come on the scene and take care of situations, especially like this.
Well, right. At 99% of the time, the ambulance folks who are out here on the field, they just sit here and watch the game, and sometimes it's that other 1% like now where they're called to use their professional talents and help out an injured player, and that's exactly what they're doing now. So, yeah, like you said, hats off going to the paramedics and the rest of the medical personnel, also some law enforcement out there as well, trying to make sure that everything is going as well as it can for Taylor King at this particular moment in time.
Well, the thing for Ed Cook and his staff at Goldwater will be to rally the troops. If it goes any longer here, what they'll do is they'll probably re-warm up the players with 3:24 left. Interesting to see what the officials do. They could do a couple of things. They could warm them up for about 10 minutes or send them in at halftime. They could go ahead and just wind the clock and just call it a half at 41-0. That'll be a discussion the referee will have with the coaches. Guys, let's just call it a half. You can come back out and warm up, because if you get these guys going here another 5 or 10 minutes, they're going to have to re-loosen up after a 15 to 20-minute time frame. So interesting to see what the officials and the coaches decide here.
Recapping the game thus far, it's been all Notre Dame offense. It's Luke Tefuri with a 2-yard touchdown run in the first quarter on the Saints' first drive to make it 7-0 after the Grayson knock an extra point. Then Tefuri went over from 6 yards out on the Saints' next drive. Took only 2 plays after a fumble, or actually, after a fumble to make it 14-0. After the blocked punt, excuse me. And then Conrad Kroles with the fumble return for a touchdown from 16 yards out just 2 plays later with 2:50 left in the quarter, made it 21-0 after 12 minutes of play. And as we said, Notre Dame had only scored 20 points the entire season through 3 games before the first quarter tonight. And they've added 3 more touchdowns in the second stanza as Nick Duckworth finding a diving Grant Martinez, 61 ticks into the second quarter to make it 28-0. And then a couple more touchdowns after that with Duckworth hitting Maurice White, and then Maurice White returning the touchdown interception for a touchdown. As you hear the crowd starting to clap as they finally put the injured player on to the stretcher. They've still got to secure him to the stretcher, and it will still be a few minutes, maybe several minutes before he's into the ambulance and the ambulance is off the field.
Yeah, I'm just amazed how well the fire department, how they do this. I mean, they get you strapped in, and there's there's no movement whatsoever, and that's the one thing there is just to secure the neck, secure the back, put him into the back of that ambulance just to make sure they do it in a delicate manner. And again, hats off to all of our fire and police department with the way that they handle the situation. Coach Cook down there, very concerned, as you can imagine, with all the other coaches, and just making sure that his quarterback and Taylor King, who is having a very fine season coming into this game, as they win the first one against Shadow Mountain 10-7. They lost to Horizon 44-13, and really Horizon they kind of came out and got some late scores in that game.
It was 13-13 at half.
Exactly, yeah. And then losing to Deer Valley 27-0. So again, now it's up for this coaching staff to get their players re-loosened up here with 3:24 left in the second quarter and battle it out and get things going.
Well, it looks like Notre Dame, they're trying to loosen themselves up, and we may go into the locker room. We'll see exactly what it is. There is going to be a 3-minute warm-up before we resume with the extra point to come after the Maurice White touchdown. So we're going to take a break here from Scottsdale Community College. It's 41-0 with an extra point to come for Notre Dame. You're watching high school football on AIA365.com.
At Buick, we think luxury should be something you can live in every day. Right where you are, wherever you are. It's an entirely new approach to luxury. And now, Buick is giving you an entirely new way to experience it. Introducing the Experience Buick Lease. Drive the Buick you want with the premium services you want, all included for 2 years. That's 2 years of hands-free calling, roadside assistance, and turn-by-turn navigation with OnStar. 2 years of news, sports, and commercial-free music from SiriusXM. And 2 years of routine maintenance that covers everything from oil changes to tire rotations. The Experience Buick Lease. It's a whole new lease on luxury. Maintenance plan covers select scheduled maintenance up to 2 years or 24,000 miles, whichever comes first. Visit experiencebuick.com for complete details. Visit OnStar.com for coverage and system limitations.
Your Arizona Rattlers are the 2012 AFL World Champions. After a resounding and hard-fought victory in Arena Bowl 25, your Snakes have brought the Foster Trophy back to the desert where it belongs. Don't miss a single game next season as the Rattlers battle to defend their crown and title. 2013 season tickets are on sale now. Get a whole season of hard-hitting football for as low as $45. Call 602-514-TDTD to reserve yours today.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Arizona. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Arizona Interscholastic Association and the Arizona Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Get all the scores first and catch coach and player interviews only on the AIA365.com Friday night wrap-up. It's 2 hours of nonstop game coverage and recaps. Tune in to AM 860 for all the breakdown, stats, and big plays every Friday night at 9:30. Now it looks like we're returning to play after the lengthy injury delay. As we said, it's still an extra point to come after the Maurice White 68-yard interception return for a touchdown. So it will be Grayson Hawkins' 6th PAT attempt. He's been perfect with the first 5 thus far in the first half.
And now we get to 42 points in high school in Arizona. It will be a running clock. Typically, they have the running clock in the second half. They're just going to go ahead and run it. Starting here, it'll be 42-0. You will have a running clock the rest of the first half. And coming out in the second half, it'll continue to be a running clock unless you get Goldwater to score a touchdown. Then it'll go back to the regular time situation.
As we resume play, number 31, Grayson Knockin is on.
So Knockin puts down the tee at 10 at the 10-yard line. As we said, still 3:24 left, so Goldwater will have at least one more drive in this first half. And Knockin puts it through. He's 6 for 6 with PATs. And now he'll trot back to the 40-yard line to kick it away to Goldwater.
And now we'll get the kickoff. Clock will continue to run. You know, Chris, I'm a little surprised that at 41 or 42 zip that, I mean, obviously they kicked the extra point, that the officials would not have sent both the teams in there. You got a situation where, you know, they've been sitting there for almost 15 to 20 minutes. You're up 42 to zip. You know, get the field goal, or the extra point, excuse me, and then send the teams into the locker room, getting cold, re-loosening up. But in the rules of fairness, you got to play it out until the clock winds down all the way. Now the running clock will be in full force and effect.
And Knockin is going to have a sore leg from kicking off so much in this first half, and now they're going to assess the penalty, and he will actually kick off from the Goldwater 45-yard line. Remember, we had the late personal foul on the interception to return for a score, so that's where Notre Dame will kick it from. And Knockin has already put one through the end zone. You got to think the odds are pretty good that he'll do it again.
Well, again, you got a team in Goldwater that is pretty downtrodden right now. They just lost their quarterback. They're down 42 to zip, not even halftime yet. And for Coach Cook and his staff of Goldwater is to get these kids up, keep them focused, stay intense, don't relax, because when you start to relax, even though you're down, that's where more injuries can occur. So you got to stay fired up, you got to stay focused, and treat the game as if you're still in it.
Knockin might actually put it through the uprights. He actually missed the uprights, but well through the back of the end zone. So the Bulldogs will take over at their 20.
Well, here you go. What do you reach for if you're head coach Ed Cook of Goldwater? Well, you pretty much just stick with your game plan. This is one of those games that got away. You got Sunny Slope next week, Cactus Shadows to follow, then Prescott and Bradshaw Mountain. Just get your guys that come on out, get into a situation where they run the football. You talked about the backup quarterback, Cooper Ray, the sophomore. Give him, take some pressure off of him, give him a few runs, and a couple of safe throws.
That's right, because you've got to get him experience for as you said, the upcoming games in the season, and you've got a half plus to do that. And Ray is under center, takes the snap cleanly, and it's Glover off tackle. He'll fall forward to about the 23-yard line.
Chris, the other thing, too, is you can't get caught up in a malaise of just, running the clock out. You got to stick with your game plan, especially whether Taylor King Cooper is going to be coming back or not the next couple of games. So you've got to give your young quarterback some work. So even though you're down 42 to zip, you can't be afraid to run your offense, because if he's going to be your leader at quarterback, you have to get him into the swing of things.
Right. Well, you certainly don't want to limit his plays, but given the fact that the Notre Dame defense has been in the Goldwater backfield quite a bit tonight, you've still got to alter your play calling that much. Here it's the Bulldogs 2nd and 7, sweep play right side, and Glover can't get outside. He's going to be stopped for a loss. He does well just to get back to the 20-yard line.
Khalil Glover on the carry.
Now that time coming up hard to make the play. This defense does a good job of just recognizing. You're starting to see some blitzing and recognition. Not so much that they're blitzing that big Notre Dame, as Luke Tafuri comes inside from his outside linebacking position, is that they read and recognize so quickly. And you're seeing some long developing plays by Goldwater that Notre Dame is beating to the punch at.
You're also seeing some Saints backups on defense here with a 6-touchdown lead. 3rd and 10 from the 20. For Cooper Ray under center with backs behind him. Ray looks to throw into the flat, and he's going to overthrow it, and that's going to be almost intercepted, and that would have been another touchdown for Notre Dame, as almost picked off by number 36, Christopher Harvey, who's also the punter.
Well, Christopher Harvey should have had this football. This ball is a little bit of a floater, looked like Cooper Rake. Little three-step drop. He had a quick out to the left side. He turns around there. Looks like he lost the football. And, you know, if he's over on that sideline warming up, his first throw is a little different than warming up on the sideline. He drops back, and this one looks like it just slipped out of his hand. And Harvey, right there for the taking, drops the interception.
So Tanner Horton, again, drops back to punt. A little bit better punt this time, but it's still going to bounce at around the 45-yard line and go out of bounds with 53 seconds left to play in the first half. Again, we had that running clock. It stops. Now they do stop it for the change of possession with 46 seconds, and so 1 or 2 plays for Notre Dame before they go into the locker room.
Looks like Thomas Lehman, the fine son of Tom Lehman, PGA golfer, Champions Tour champion, if you will, coming in at quarterback. And he's a lot of work. He's going to get a lot of work here in this into this second quarter and going into the second half. It'll be very beneficial for him because if Nick Duckworth goes down, this junior quarterback, he's the guy, and very wise just to go ahead and kill the clock and come out here in the second half and allow him to get loose and kind of throw the football around a little bit and get a little experience.
And he does take the knee, and depending on when they start the clock, they may not have to run another play, and they won't. So, no, Notre Dame can go into the locker room with a 42-0 lead. And, again, you can't say enough about how well the Saints did on offense. As we said, they struggled offensively coming into this game with just 20 points. So they've more than doubled their entire point output for the season here in this first half.
And I think what they did, Chris, is they came out and established their running game. The running game opened up the passing game. You saw some confidence in Nick Duckworth throwing the football around, the good combination of the running backs. And more than anything, it was the offensive and defensive lines that set the tone for this game. And that's exactly what Coach Gregory and his staff wanted to do. Let's put the onus on the line. We've got the talent. Let's establish our running game. At that point, they started to open up the offense. Nick Duckworth got his confidence. He got the pass protection. And then therein lies a 42-0 lead here at halftime.
This is the AIA365.com halftime report with a complete recap of first half action, stats, interviews, and scores. AIA365.com is your source for AIA sports, competitions, and the latest news around the AIA. The AIA365.com halftime report starts now.
Well, the Saints have been marching in, up, down, and around in this first half.
Very good, Chris.
Notre Dame Preparatory Academy with a 42-0 lead at halftime over the visiting Barry Goldwater Bulldogs, live from Scottsdale Community College. Chris Martin along with Dan Minucci. And, I mean, we can talk all night about how well the Saints offense has done, but they really are playing with a lot of confidence, and like you said, they are executing very well.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit. You look at the interior linemen, you got to give those offensive linemen a lot of love because they set the tone by establishing and getting this running game going. Luke Teferi getting to the outside, Jordan Schleter getting to the inside and outside, and you get the blocks up front that sets them free. All of a sudden you got play action passing going strong, and you get Nick Duckworth, the quarterback, to start throwing the football. Maurice White doing a very good job in reference to getting all of that done in reference to setting the tone in a 42-0 lead here at halftime at Scottsdale Community College.
You should never be defined by what you do, by the things you have. You've got to define yourself by who you are and who you impact and how you impact people.
And right now, the celebration or the commemoration on the field for the Scott Bemis dedication. Now let's go to the public address announcer, Rob Quinn.
AIA Coach of the Year to Coach Scott Bemis. Soon after that, NDP Athletic Director Monica Barrett was notified by the GIFT 2012 program that they had dedicated their character award after Coach Bemis. It's now known as the Play Like a Champion Today Scott Bemis Award. Two weeks ago in Ireland, each school selected a football player to honor in front of 1,000 football, cheer and palm, band participants, coaches, and family members. NDP football honored one very special young man who exemplifies the 3 Esslers we live by at Notre Dame Preparatory High School: reverence, respect, and responsibility. Tonight, we have the pleasure to have senior Duncan Morfitt on the field with his father Jay and mother Pam to accept the Play Like a Champion Today Scott Bemis Award. Congratulations to Duncan Morfitt. We are so proud of you. And as Coach Bemis would say, now go and get after it.
Testing. All right. We have a pretty special evening. Thank you for being here. We're going to continue to have the Bemis family join us. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you Tro Perosian.
Thank you, Ms. Barrett. Good evening, parents, faculty, and NDP Dog Pound. My name is Tro Panosian, and I am a 2011 graduate of Notre Dame Prep and a proud representative of the Team Bemis campaign. In October 2011, our community built Team Bemis as a platform for expressing our love for Coach Bemis and his family as they battled through difficult times in their lives. Though Coach Bemis lost his battle to cancer in January of this year, our campaign lingers on to demonstrate our solidarity for both the Bemis family and all families affected by this horrendous disease. Due to the tremendous support of the Notre Dame Prep and Arizona community, I am proud to announce the second annual Thanksgiving Day Bemis Bowl, taking place on November 22nd, 2012. As we celebrate the life of Coach Bemis, we invite the entire Arizona community to join us in making this year's Thanksgiving morning a special one. This is a time for our community to be coming together, driving the team, and giving thanks to the wonderful man who shaped so many of our lives. Registration information will be released during the middle of October, and we will relay more information through teambemis.com and our Facebook page in the coming weeks. We strongly encourage you to get your flag football teams ready as quickly as possible, as space is limited. I am also pleased to announce that we will be holding a pre-registration pre-game party on Wednesday, November 21st, the day before Thanksgiving at Lush Burger on Pima Road and Legacy. Teams are required to come, sign in, and join in the festivities. There will be great food and drinks for sale, including an original Bemis burger. Mark your calendars, save the date, and we look forward to seeing you and your family this Thanksgiving Eve. I would like to take a moment to personally thank NDP alumnus Katie Meyer and her mother Pam for all the hard work that they are putting into the planning of this event. Katie and Pam are co-chairing the Bemis Bowl Planning Committee, and we are grateful for their tireless support, creative organization, and selfless dedication. It is through their work and the collective efforts of our Team Bemis community that the 2012 Second Annual Bemis Bowl will be one to remember. I would also like to take a moment to deliver a personal note on behalf of the Bemis family. The Bemis family would like to personally thank you for honoring Coach Bemis' memory and football legacy. They are touched by your ongoing concern and care, and they thank you for everything you have done for their family through these tragic times. You are an amazing group of people, and Coach would tell all three teams, Barry Goldwater, Notre Dame football, and Team Bemis to get after it. Len be with all of you, and go Saints. Thank you.
All right, we have two more little gifts. And so Melissa, Tro, come this way. All right, on behalf of Notre Dame Prep Athletics and the community of Notre Dame Prep, we have jerseys for the young boys, Max and Mace. And if you haven't noticed, the best dressed family in the house, it's the Bemis family. Let's give it up. Have a good one. And at this time, it's cheer.
An admiration that they've had for Scott Bemis this last year, a very, very trying year, and it was just yesterday, the 13th, a year ago, that it was discovered that he had the cancer, had the bone cancer. At that point in time, it was a long and grueling recovery that just never came to fruition for Scott Bemis and his family. So a great support out here at Notre Dame Prep, the entire community, Team Bemis, as that's going to continue to move forward and move on. But what a great award here for Duncan Morfett to be presented the Scott Bemis Play Like a Championship Today award that he had. And for the Bemis family and for all the folks out there that are listening on AIA365.com, just a lot of thoughts and prayers to the Bemis family, but the spirit of Scott Bemis. And I can guarantee you this, Scott would not want you feeling sorry for him. He would basically want you to get after it day in and day out, as he always told his teammates.
We are at halftime at SEC. 42-0. Notre Dame leads Barry Goldwater. We'll return in just a moment on AIA365.com.
Looking for an amazing college experience? Grand Canyon University is the perfect place to earn your degree. With fun and friendly campus life, GCU offers the personal attention of professors who know you by name. Our undergraduate and graduate programs are supported by a 60-year heritage of quality Christian education and will put you on the right path to finding your purpose. Pursue your degree on campus, online, or in the evening. Register now at gcu.edu/purpose.
Your Valley Toyota dealers are once again proud to partner with the Arizona Interscholastic Association. If you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, then be sure and visit one of the Toyota dealers in your area. You can find the dealer closest to you by going to valleytoyotadealers.com. In fact, that's the best place to start. You can find a dealer, get local specials, and start your price comparison all in one spot. So before you hit the streets, visit valleytoyotadealers.com and get the 411 on the Toyota that's right for you. The Valley Toyota Dealers, committed to the AIA and committed to getting you the best deal. valleytoyotadealers.com. Are you at a high school game and wanting to know how your rival is doing down the street or across town? Or how about at an away game and wanting to keep everyone back home updated on the score? If so, then Max Prep's new mobile live scoring app, QuickScore, is what you need. QuickScore is designed to help high school sports fans stay informed with live updates from any game around town or across the country. To learn more and to sign up, visit maxpreps.com/QuickScore. That's QWIXCORE.
Ready to finish your college degree? Transfer to Grand Canyon University. Choose from degrees in business, liberal arts, science, fine arts, education, and healthcare. Contact us today for your personal transfer plan, detailed course schedule, and scholarship opportunities. Visit transfertogcu.com. Chris Martin along with Dan Minucci here at Scottsdale Community College. 42-0. Notre Dame leads Barry Goldwater, and we've got another half to play, running clock or not, that both teams are going to try and accomplish some goals. Obviously, Bulldogs probably not going to get a win here, but they still have some things that they want to get done.
If you're the head coach of Goldwater, you want to have your guys come out and basically just play hard. I know that's a cliche, but you got to tell the guys, look, guys, it's 0-0. And he's going to put his first team out there and see how they react. I'm sure he'll play a lot of individuals as well in order to get them in the sync as much as he possibly can. If you're Notre Dame, for Gary Gregory, it's, hey, guys, don't let up, especially if you've got a lot of second, third-teamers coming in. Thomas Lehman, I'm sure, will be the new quarterback. I'm sure they'll do full-scale replacements here in the second half. He wants them to play hard as well, too. So, unfortunate for Barry Goldwater, you got a lot of hungry Notre Dame Saints that want to get into the game and have not played a lot, second, third-teamers that want to prove themselves in front of the head coach and the big eye in the sky when they look at the videotape tomorrow morning.
That's right. And, of course, you can look at this videotape whenever you like after tonight's game, as both teams starting to trickle back onto the field here. Still a few minutes left before kickoff. We're going to take another break. You are watching high school football on AIA365.com.
This has been the AIA365.com halftime report with a complete recap of first half action, stats, interviews, and scores. AIA365.com is your source for AIA sports, competitions, and the latest news around the AIA. AIA365.com. Our students, our teams, our future.
Arizona Cardinals season tickets are on sale now.
Touchdown, Arizona! Larry Fitzgerald!
Don't miss a minute of exciting Cardinals action at University of Phoenix Stadium.
Duckett got him again! Touchdown! Harry Rose! Oh, man!
For season ticket information, call 602-379-0102 or log on to azcardinals.com.
A sea of red and white.
Arizona Cardinals. Play as many. Stand as one.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. How is insurance like fast food? Answer, for savings, the combo is the way to go. Yes, you want fries with that, and yes, you want to combine your auto and home policy with Farmers to save hungry. Hundreds. I gotta stop scheduling these recording sessions so close to lunch.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmer's agent. We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
To speak with a Farmer's agent in your community, call 888-96-FARMERS.
Did you ever wonder what happens to the money the Arizona Interscholastic Association collects for ticket sales and membership fees? It's used to fund more than 4,000 high school championship events, supports Arizona high schools in their 45,000 regular season competitions each year. It helps broadcast 120 events on AIA 365. Provides over 90,000 hours of professional high school officiating. Supplies needed funding for 20 academic scholarships. And oversees the protection of more than 95,000 of our student competitors. Since 1913, AIA has continued to support our students, our teams, our future.
Be sure and check out our season broadcast schedule to see if we're coming to your school. We've got a great lineup of games for this season. Rivalries, after all, are what make high school sports so exciting. And next Friday night, we've got one that's still young but growing rapidly. We head to the Northwest Valley for the showdown between Liberty and Sunrise Mountain. There will be special event coverage for this game beginning at 6:30, and we'll be getting assistance from students at both schools. This will definitely be a classic. In our other matchup, we have Tempe heading to Washington for a matchup against the Rams. Coverage begins at 7 every Friday night on AIA365.com. A new season, but the same great coverage every Friday night here on AIA365.com. Saints are already back on the field, and as we speak, Goldwater is coming into the stadium, walking across the track, getting ready for the second half of football between Notre Dame and Barry Goldwater. And, of course, it's already a lopsided score on the scoreboard after 2 quarters of play. Saints with a 42-0 lead, and it will be Goldwater who will receive the second-half kickoff.
And what you're going to have to do is you've got quite the dilemma for Ed Cook and this Goldwater Bulldogs team is, they're going to have to protect their young QB as he's going to come into this football game. And as a sophomore, Cooper Ray at 6'3", about 185 pounds, he's going to have to learn by baptism by fire. He's just going to have to go ahead and weather the storm. I would go maximum protection, roll him out, just try to get some throws off and try to get some first downs. That's the goal right now for Goldwater. Just get a few first downs, have some success, because with Taylor King out of this game, and who knows how long he may be out. Hopefully he'll be back next week, the next couple weeks. He was carted off by an ambulance here late in the second quarter. Now you're going to have this quarterback. He's going to have to go out there and go ahead and show his coaches that he's able to do some things here on Friday Night Lights.
Taylor King saying that he actually got hit on an interception return and was motionless on the field for a while. Actually, motionless is not the right word. We were told that he was moving a little bit while on the field. We couldn't really see with the collection of first responders around him, but we hope to get an update from the hospital by the end of the broadcast. But preliminary signs are fairly positive.
I think we call it cautionary situations.
Cautionary optimistic.
Yes,
cautionary optimistic.
Exactly, and I think that's very, very wise. We've seen that several times in high school football. Chris, you were mentioning in reference to we've seen in college football some injuries, some vertebrae injuries. You just can never be cautious enough.
Luke Tefuri started the scoring off with 2 touchdown runs of 2 and 6 yards in the first period. Then Conrad Coles returned to fumble 16 yards for a score 2 plays later. Then in the second quarter, Grant Martinez caught a touchdown pass from Nick Duckworth for 8 yards in the first part of the second quarter. Then Duckworth tossed a 10-yard pass to Maurice White midway through the second quarter, and then Mo White returned an interception that was tipped 68 yards for a touchdown. And that's where we stand now, 42-0, with the Bulldogs getting ready to receive this second-half kickoff.
Chris, I think one of the things we saw here in this first half was the confidence of this offense of Notre Dame, especially with their quarterback who has struggled in Nick Duckworth. And he's a big guy, 6'5", 235 pounds, has not had a lot of success aside from the Father Judge game that they won over in Ireland. So it was good for him to get him on track, get the passing game on track. That's what Coach Gregory talked about. He said, look, we just got to have these guys go out, play hard, and have fun. And that's the one thing they want. Get the running game established, have the passing game, not get into a situation where your quarterback is anxious to throw. He wants to know he's going to make the completions, not hope he's going to make the completions.
Actually already starting with the substitutes, with the substitute kicker for Notre Dame. Puts his foot into it, a short kick at the 17-yard line where it's fielded by Glover. Into the 40-yard line and tackled just short of the 40. So another good return from Khalil Glover. That's one of the lone bright spots over the last couple of kickoff returns, as Khalil Glover returning them for 37 yards, and now this one for about 21 yards.
We're going to see wholesale changes on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. I'll be interested to see Coach Gregory, being the head coach / defensive coordinator, how many of the starters with some of the backups he's going to put in, or if he's just going to make wholesale changes, put the second teamers in from the start here of the second half.
Ray is under center for his second drive at the helm of the Bulldogs offense from the 37-yard line, and he'll hand off to Glover, who gets to about the 40-yard line, a 3-yard gain before he's tripped up by Thomas Archer.
Thomas Archer coming in again, doing a good job. Looks like we pretty much got the entire second team here for the defense of Notre Dame, which is good because what you're going to get now, even though we have a running clock, is you're going to get the second teamers, maybe some of the third teamers are going to get a full half of experience, which is invaluable when you get deep into your league play.
Bunch formation to the right side on 2nd and 7 for Goldwater. Glover, the lone setback, and they'll sweep it to the right side. Glover trying to get outside, and it's the swarming Notre Dame defense. Fumbles the football, and it's going to be Saints football, as falling on it was number 39, Kevin Vitaro, who is the one who forced the play inside, and he recovers the fumble.
And Joseph Sarandrea, one of the first ones to come up from that cornerback position, does a great job of forcing it back to the inside. Running back tries to make the cut back in, and then drops the football. Basically, all you can say, he just drops the football as he's trying to make a cut.
And it will be Notre Dame football at the 39-yard line of Goldwater. And Thomas Lehman, for his first real play, he knelt down to end the half, but now he's under center. 2 receivers to his right side and 2 tight ends. Out to the left side, 35-yard line, 30, and a first down for Notre Dame as Danny Sheridan gets his first carry of the night and moves the chains.
We have another Bulldog slow to get up about midfield there, and that's one of the things. You know, you get a lot of the backups in right now. Danny Sheridan getting an opportunity. Got the brand-new offensive line that's in there. Thomas Lehman, who's played sparingly this year for Nick Duckworth, is going to come in, the junior quarterback. Started for JV last year. Give him an opportunity to get a lengthy period of time, get an entire half under his belt. And that's always invaluable to have the backup quarterback get a lot of playing time just in case that starter gets hurt down the road.
So the 13-yard gain to the 26-yard line. First down for the Saints. Hand off to Cole up the middle. And a flag comes in as he was tackled by the face mask. So Cole with a nice gain, and after the penalty, the ball will be put inside the 15-yard line of the Bulldogs.
2 tight end package that Notre Dame is going with. This one's coming back. It looks like the offensive line is in there. Connor Gallagher still in there, the offensive line. Nick Reinhardt. So Coach Gregory opting to keep his starting offensive line in there and put the backup quarterback in there. You got some of the receivers that are there still in there. So it's kind of a net combination, a little hodgepodge of first-teamers and second-teamers. And as a backup quarterback, you loved to have those first-team offensive linemen there because you had the opportunity to drop back and throw and run the offense as if you were starting.
Yeah, my mistake. I thought I saw a face mask, but it was a hold against the Saints, so it's 1st and 20. Ball back at the 35-yard line. Play action, and they're going to let Lehman throw it. His first pass, and incomplete, a little bit out of the hands of Grant Martinez, a little bit too high. So it'll be 2nd down and long, and Lehman, he's got to put the ball on target, and this is a nice chance for him to get some reps to do just that.
Yeah, it looked like Jake Carter came out of there, soft touch. That's a football when you roll out to that right side, you put it right on him. A very catchable ball. I'm going to opt to take the quarterback side there. You get your hands on it, you got to make that catch and bring it in. It was soft enough to bring it in. But again, you know, you get into a situation, Jake Carter to roll out from the tight end position, you got to bring that one down.
Hand off left side, bouncing it out. Sheridan to the 30-yard line, still going at the 25, and finally tackled out of bounds near the 20-yard line. So Sheridan doing a nice job of keeping his feet moving. He'll be short of the first down, but getting a lot of yards after the first contact, and it'll be 3rd and short.
Danny Sheridan only goes 5'9", 185 pounds. Goldwater thought he was going out of bounds. He planted that left foot, gave that little stiff leg with the left foot, and broke it back to the inside for a nice gain. So Danny Sheridan showing his wares there. He's fired up to show the coaches what he can do.
That's right, a pair of 13-yard runs, and this last one makes it 3rd and 5. This time it's Cole, the lone setback in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right side for Lehman, and it will be Cole going up the middle, but he's tackled behind the line of scrimmage and falls forward past the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down, call it 4, and we'll see what happens now as Jeremy Muniz makes the tackle for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Muniz comes in from the outside and blitzes it. He reads it, and as Sheridan's going up the middle, the play didn't develop as quickly as he thought, but Muniz does a great job of coming down. 4th down and 5, and this is a great opportunity for Thomas Lehman to show his wares, roll him out. Nice little play-action pass or nice little throw to get a first down for Notre Dame.
Yeah, same formation. They'll go for it on 4th down. Cole's still back there, and it will be Cole off the left tackle, fighting for the first down, and he's going to have it. Cole lowers his shoulders, gets inside the 15 to the 13-yard line, so a pickup of 7 moves the sticks.
Michael Cole, very stout, 5'9", 180-pound junior. Again, that left side of that offensive line really coming off the football led by Nick Reinhardt at 6'2", 225 pounds. Again, this is also good that you have your offensive line, your starting offensive line, to come out after halftime. You need the work. You need the experience. Those guys need to get in the trenches and come out after a halftime and continue to keep that high level of play.
With the running clock, we're already underneath 7 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Play action rolling out as Lehman on 1st down. Has a man, Martinez, wide open in the flat. The pass is much better this time, and Martinez has about an 8-yard gain inside the 10.
That's Jake
Carter on that right side over there, Chris. Excuse me, Jake Carter.
That's okay. I think they get everybody on the side, but there's the same play we saw earlier. Thomas Lehman does a good job this time coming out. Carter's wide open, determined at throwing the football on him. Last time he kind of aimed it. That time he turned around, confident, put it on him. That should get Thomas Lehman a little loose, give him some confidence here the rest of this game.
That's a 6-yard gain to the 7-yard line, second down. This time the receivers are to the left side of the formation. Handoff off the left side. Sheridan trying to get to the end zone and does. Danny Sheridan from 7 yards out. The 7th touchdown of the night for Notre Dame.
Nice, hard running by Danny Sheridan. And, again, give some love to those offensive linemen on that left side. And that seems to be the nemesis for Goldwater is that right side of their defensive line. And Notre Dame picking that up, realizing that, and does an excellent job of powering the football. But Danny Sheridan, he's got a lot of fight in him, breaks a couple of tackles, and piles into the end zone.
Michael Moreno is the backup kicker, and he's going to get his first extra point attempt. He was the one who kicked off. Now he'll get a chance to get into the scoring ledger. Nice-looking kick from the backup kicker. It's good. 49-0, 5:51 left to play in the third quarter as Notre Dame leads Barry Goldwater. We'll be back in just a moment on AIA365.com.
At Buick, we think luxury should be something you can live in every day. Right where you are, wherever you are. It's an entirely new approach to luxury. And now, Buick is giving you an entirely new way to experience it. Introducing the Experience Buick Lease. Drive the Buick you want with the premium services you want, all included for 2 years. That's 2 years of hands-free calling, roadside assistance, and turn-by-turn navigation with OnStar. 2 years of news, sports, and commercial-free music from SiriusXM. And 2 years of routine maintenance that covers everything from oil changes to tire rotations. The Experience Buick Lease. It's a whole new lease on luxury. Maintenance plan covers select scheduled maintenance up to 2 years or 24,000 miles, whichever comes first. Visit experiencebuick.com for complete details. Visit OnStar.com for coverage and system limitations.
We talked about how Grayson Nawkin's leg might get tired from kicking off. They're actually icing it down now, and it's Morano who will be doing the kicking duties apparently for the entire second half. His second kickoff into the arms of Khalil Glover inside the 5. He's going to try the left side. His last 2 kickoff returns have been good. Not that one. It was nice coverage that time by Notre Dame, as making the tackle was Brennan Tompkins inside the 20-yard line.
Anytime you get an opportunity to come down and hit somebody, whether you're second, third teamer, even first teamer, that's what's fun about being Friday Night Lights, especially on the special teams. And that's been the emphasis for Gary Gregory and this staff here at Notre Dame was let's just take care of all the details on special teams and work it from there.
And now they run the clock. And Cooper Ray back under center. Receivers to his right from the 17-yard line. Looking to throw, looking to his right side as they try a swing pass. That's complete at the 19-yard line, so a short gain. And a late flag going to come in, and the Saints going to be flagged for 15 yards after it was caught for about a 3-yard gain. Nice job by Seth Manzanares to make the catch.
Very interesting to see this is called, and Archer Thomas does a good job of coming over and just pretty much cleaning up. So it'll be personal foul on Notre Dame. Might have been a little, I like to call it extracurricular activity, Chris, on that play.
That's right. Piling on is what they used to call it, and that'll give the Goldwater Bulldogs the first down, their first of the second half.
Yeah, and one of the things that they're very cautious of, and the officials will call it, coaches, is just to eliminate any kind of the spearing that used to be many, many years ago, leading with that head coming down, and in that kind of a personal foul situation. And especially making sure that they watch a lot of those, especially after the Saguaro Tempe High School game last week with all the personal fouls and penalties and brouhaha that we had out there, that I'm sure they've alerted all the officials to say, hey, look, if we see any kind of that activity again, we start ejecting people and get control of the game a little quicker.
That's right. Ball now on the 34-yard line, an I formation behind Cooper Ray as the Dogs trying to move the football. Glover up the middle. Gets some nice blocks and gets across the 40-yard line to the 42-yard line. tackled downfield by Conrad Krols, who is having a highlight reel of a game himself.
And not that there's a big concern about having a shutout, but I can see there's probably a little rivalry with the first-team defense to tell the second-team defense, hey, look, there's a goose egg up on the board, guys. Let's try to hold that goose egg and shut them out, especially after Notre Dame got shut out last week, 58-0 by Hamilton. Let's preserve the goose egg and not allow them to score.
And speaking of shutout, it has now been over 8 quarters since Goldwater has scored at all, as they were shut out by Deer Valley last week. Didn't score in the second half of their previous game. Now they have 2nd and 3, and it looks like Ray's going to throw into the flat, and he just airmails it, intercepted. Easy interception at the 43-yard line, and it's starting to get a little bit chippy out there, but it will be Saints football inside their own territory as Grayson Knockin. He can kick and he can catch interceptions.
Well, that was basically, he could have fair caught that one too, but just a very ill-advised throw by Cooper Ray. He had a combination route out there. The outside guy run a curl, inside running out, and basically Cooper Ray just drops back and just launches this out to the outside. And you can't blame the kid. He's getting pressure from the outside, but you've got to be a little bit more astute to what you're doing in reference to throwing the football. This one, he just threw it out there. If you're going to throw it away, you got to throw that one in the 3rd row.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not sure he was trying to throw it away, but he did overshoot his receiver by about 5 yards. And so now it'll be Saints football. Running clock, 2:40 left in the 3rd quarter. 7-touchdown lead for Notre Dame. Lehman under center. That's going to be a 3-yard loss. As coming into the backfield is Manzanares to make the tackle, as Austin Blanchard makes the tackle.
Brennan Tompkins coming in and now running the football.
Excuse me, Brennan Tompkins making the carry, and it's a loss of 2 yards on the play.
And you look at the situation that you still have this first-team defense for the Bulldogs of Goldwater. They are still out there. They're trying to make things happen. And now you're kind of caught between a rock and a hard place if you're Gary Gregory. You want your backup quarterback to get some reps, but you don't want to see like you're rubbing it in. You still got to throw the football, get some work in.
Lehman hands off again, and that's going to be for no gain on 2nd down and long. Clock inside 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter.
Thomas throws the football very, very well. He can drop back. He can make all the throws. It's just a matter of if he's going to get the opportunity to make a lot of the throws. He rolls out, throws on the run, very good. That's part of the staples for the passing game here at Notre Dame. So I doubt we're going to see a lot of throws down the field. And Coach Gregory just wants to make sure that they just continue to work the offense down with a running clock. But you still have to work your backup quarterback to get used to reading and throwing the ball.
And now there's a play action rolling to his right. Has time. Throws incomplete. It was behind the intended receiver at the 33-yard line. And, that's the kind of thing where he might have been able to tuck it and run. I don't know if he would have gotten the 1st down, but he would have gotten some positive yards.
Well, the key there is the miscommunication with the receiver on that one. Coming off there is Brian Disbro. And Brian turned around and just stood there. You know if he was going to be a dig route. He did not know if it was going to be a hook route. Looked like as Lehman rolled around to the right side, he thought he was going to hook it. He threw it inside like a hook route. Good job of getting the ball down the field. But, again, that communication when guys don't play a lot of football.
Michael Morano is handling the punting duties as well as the kicking duties in this 3rd quarter. And a fairly nice punt to the 20-yard line. Glover trying the right side. Makes one man miss and will be shoved out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. They'll stop the clock with a change of possession at 22 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Well, the one saving grace that you're going to see from that particular standpoint is getting into a rhythm, and they're hoping to get Cooper Ray into that rhythm.
Rattler on, Rattler Nation. Join your 2012 Arena Bowl champion Arizona Rattlers as they defend their title. You've still got time to get your 2013 season tickets, but the deadline to be part of their special drawing ends tonight. With over 200 prizes being given away, you don't want to wait. Go to azrattlers.com/drawing for more information. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Goldwater. This will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Cooper Ray hands off to Glover, finds a little bit of a gap, goes across the 30 to the 32-yard line. Going to be a 6-yard gain, and we've got triple zeros. End of the 3rd quarter with our score, Notre Dame 49, Barry Goldwater nothing. We'll be back with more football on AIA365.com.
Grand Canyon University is looking for an amazing college experience? Grand Canyon University is the perfect place to earn your degree. With fun and friendly campus life, GCU offers the personal attention of professors who know you by name. Our undergraduate and graduate programs are supported by a 60-year heritage of quality Christian education and will put you on the right path to finding your purpose. Pursue your degree on campus, online, or in the evening. Register now at gcu.edu/purpose.
Rattle on, Rattler Nation. Join your 2012 Arena Bowl champion Arizona Rattlers as they defend their title. Get your 2013 season tickets by August 31st to enter our drawing with over 200 prizes awarded, including a road trip to San Jose. Go to azrattlers.com/drawing for more information. Your Arizona Rattlers, AFL 2012 Arena Bowl champions and proud partners of the AIA.
Really, if you're Barry Goldwater trailing 49-0, you just not only want to get first downs, but it'd be nice to get some points on the board and break this now 9-quarter-long scoreless streak. Here it's 2nd and 4. They hand off up the middle and will be short of the first down across the 35, but they get about half of what they need, so it'll be 3rd and short.
Now the wholesale changes by Notre Dame Prep in this second half. Guys getting a lot of experience, getting a lot of reps. Clock is running. Coach Cook for Barry Goldwater can't wait to get this football game over and basically just work on a few things here and there. If you're Notre Dame, you've got a quarter to get your second and third teamers there on the offense, have them, grind the clock out. But you still got to work on your game. You still got to play hard. Keep the intensity up because you don't want to get any kind of a cheap injury by letting up at all.
3rd and 1, Ray under center. He'll give it to Glover, who may not have the first down. It will depend on the spot. So Michael Cole, who is getting some playing time on defense as well. He's been playing fullback for most of the first 3 quarters, and it was enough to move the chains and give the Bulldogs a first down.
Yeah, good for Cooper Ray, quarterback for Goldwater. They got their first down. It seems like an eternity. Seems like midway through that second quarter, they finally got a first down. And they give this young man a little bit of a confidence as a sophomore. You don't want to stunt his growth. You want to play him, and you want to try to throw the football and get him in the rhythm.
2 receivers to his right. We'll see if he puts it up on 1st and 10. He will. Looks into the flat. He airmails that one, too. He overthrew his last pass into the arms of Grayson Naukin. That time it just went beyond the Goldwater bench, so having a little trouble with the release, evidently.
Well, he didn't even set his feet. He took a 3-step drop, and he just threw it. I just flung it out there. Didn't set his feet, plant that 3rd foot, drive the football. You want to teach those kids to plant that 3rd foot, peg it in the ground, peg that left foot, drive the football. He just was falling back, and I think that is right there as inexperience that you've got to work with these kids. And on top of that, as much as these quarterbacks have been getting hammered, he's probably a little gun-shy, too, with the rush coming in his face. Right. But you got to plant your feet in order to throw the football.
Same formation to the left this time on 2nd and 10. This time they'll sweep to the left as Glover gets outside this time and hit at the 40-yard line, so it'll be a short gain as coming up, Michael Cole again making the stop along with a couple other Saints. It'll be 3rd and 8.
Yeah, Joseph Ciandria, he's having a pretty good second half, getting a chance to come on up here in this second half. The senior at 6 foot, 165 pounds. And don't you know that defense out there right now, they know it's 49-0. They know if they can keep this Goldwater team off the scoreboard, that they will have done their fair share to earn their extra milkshakes tonight as to give themselves into this victory by Notre Dame.
2 receivers wide right, and now clock stoppage with 9:02 to play, and I think that's just the official timeout. They'll run the clock, and now there was an equipment issue, and quickly coming onto the field is Matthew Roth. So we'll see if Ray tries to put it up again on 3rd and 8. Oh, fumbles the football in the handoff. Now he's running for his life to his right, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss of about 10 yards, and all the wheels are coming off for the Bulldogs offense.
Cooper Ray just comes out of there. He's got the ball secured in his hand. Looks like he's going to roll out to his right side. He just dropped the football, just absolutely dropped the football. That's why it's so important. When you get that football, you got to seat that into your belly button to make sure you don't drop it or nobody else can swipe it. He comes and reverse pivots out of there and just drops it. Again, just really struggling as a sophomore quarterback, as far as just trying to get the play off, just trying to execute the play.
So Horton back to punt yet again. This snap is low, and he does get it away. It doesn't look like it'll be returned. It will get down at about the 40-yard line, and 8:05 left to play in the final quarter. Did you know that driving a new Buick is now easier than ever? The Experience Buick Lease. Get the Buick you want with the premium services you expect for 2 years as part of the incredible lease deals you'll find only at your Valley Buick GMC dealers. Get to your nearest dealer today or log on to experiencebuick.com. $49-0. Saints with a commanding lead, and Lehman under center, the backup quarterback. Hands off, and will be a loss for the Saints as the swarming defense of the Bulldogs drop them in the backfield.
Yeah, they did. They're still fighting. They're still playing football, and that's, I'm sure, what Coach Cook and his staff said, look, guys, just continue to play hard. Now you got a second down and 12 scenario. If you're going to do something here, draw, screen. I doubt that they're going to throw the ball deep at all against Goldwater, but I still believe you still have to work on some of the effects of your passing game in order to help give your quarterback some reps in this kind of a game.
Two tight ends, 2nd and 12 from the 38. This time they'll sweep left. Tompkins going to be hitting the backfield again, might get back to the line of scrimmage. And again, the Bulldog defense now just smelling run. Check that was Austin Blanchard on the carry, and he'll lose another yard.
Yeah, if I'm quarterback right now, I want to throw the football, okay? It's third down and long. So if I'm Thomas Lehman, I'm in a situation right now, I want to throw the football, and I think what they might do is they might try that rollout pass or some kind of I'd roll him out right, throw some kind of a throwback, dig route, something that gives you an opportunity to try to get a first down and continue to play here in this fourth quarter.
We're already at 6.5 minutes remaining in the ball game with the running clock and the 49-point lead. Two receivers to the right side of the field on 3rd down and 13 for Lehman. We'll see if he gets a chance to show his arm again. He will. Looking into the flat, and it's caught at the 47-yard line, going to be short of the first down, but still a nice catch by, look like Brian Disbro. So Disbro gets his first catch, but it'll be 3 yards short of the first down, so might have a punting situation for the Saints.
Well, good job that time by Thomas Lehman to go his 5-step drop, plant, throws that football out there. Good timing, nice touch. Disbro comes out of the out route and puts it right out there in front. So it will be interesting to see if they do, as there's a penalty marker down. It looks like this is going to be holding on Notre Dame. But a good job that time of throwing the football down the field, more than a 4 or 5 yard throw. Nice little 12-yard out. Hit that right foot, drive the ball. Disbro makes a nice route and catch.
There was a penalty flag, and the holding penalty will be accepted by the Bulldogs. They'll move the football all the way back to the 24-yard line, so it'll be 3rd down and 26.
Well, this is one of those, if it's 3rd down and 26 when you're backed up, that you run a screen, you run a draw, maybe a QB draw, you run something safe to the outside. You got 2 tight end scenario here for Notre Dame.
Haven't seen many screens from the Saints, just one that I can recall, but they'll just hand it off up the middle to Blanchard across the 30 and tackles an official on his way down to the 32-yard line, but now it'll be 4th down in a punting situation for Notre Dame.
Yeah, just a little sprint draw. That is just a reverse pivot. You got your at an I formation, just a nice little quick draw, safe, get something to get about 5 or 6 yards back, try to get a little bit down the field and punt this football away.
And it will be Morano kicking it away to Glover, standing at about his 30. Looks like the Bulldogs might be coming after this one. Remember, the Saints had a couple of punts blocked earlier in the season against Horizon. High snap, and they almost get to it, but a nice job by Morano to get it away, and it will bounce inside the 30 and be picked up by Glover at the 27. And we'll get some positive yardage to about the 38-yard line with 4:56 left to play in the fourth quarter. Is your school on AIA365.com? Did you know that every member school has their own page? If your school isn't on AIA365.com, tell your athletic director and district athletic director you want your AIA365.com. Schools can produce and create their own content, and they can sell their own sponsorships, and in doing so get to keep 100% of the revenue. A great experience for students and a new revenue stream for schools. Contact info at AIA365.com to find out how to get your school started. From the 37-yard line, Bulldogs take over. Cooper Ray getting some playing time, throws, and that actually was a pass on target. So his last couple of passes prior to this one have sailed about 5 yards over his target. That time, it goes into the hands of Jared McDaniel for a 4-yard gain.
Well, that time he takes a 3-step drop, plants that right foot, and drives the ball into the throw. And that was one of the things I'm sure Coach Cook and his staff said, look, get your feet set. You got open receivers. Go ahead and just deliver the football. And that time he does a very good job of just planting that right foot and following through.
And that does worlds of good for his confidence in any case. And he may have to suit up and play next week, depending on how the injury to Taylor King is, as he hands off on 2nd and 7 and a run all the way to about the 47-yard line, very close to a first down, and they're going to move the chains.
Well, if you're a backup, just getting first downs in tonight's game is a confidence builder. You mentioned it, whether Taylor King can come back or not after the injury tonight, as he was carted off by an ambulance. And, you know, here's a situation. They're going to have to force feed Cooper Ray. He's going to have to get all the reps. They're going to have to do some things that he's not comfortable with as a sophomore, and most sophomores are playing junior varsity versus varsity. It's about 2 gears faster than he's used to.
Someone quietly having a pretty good game statistically is Khalil Glover of the Bulldogs. He's been returning punts and kicks. He's been finding some holes. Now it's Ray looking to throw, and now he pulls it down as that screen was never set up. Hit hard at the 50-yard line, falls forward to the 48, but a good decision by Cooper Ray to just not throw it up for grabs. Instead, he gets 3 yards.
And a nice hit by Archer Thomas, the junior at 5'11", 195 pounds, just licking his chops. Once Cooper Ray tucked that football away and came up the middle, there's Archer Thomas just laying the wood on him and throwing him down. And, hey, Cooper Ray, welcome to the big leagues. Welcome to varsity football.
Well, sometimes getting hit hard like that can actually settle you down.
Yes, it can.
Believe it or not, it's counterintuitive, but it does happen. And we'll see how Ray responds after that 5-yard pickup. 2:32 remaining in the game. 2nd down and 5, and Ray going to hand off to Glover. Not going to get very far, although he will spin across the 45. Looked like he might be tackled at the line of scrimmage, but he does get 4 yards to make it 3rd and short.
Well, one of the things that Notre Dame did a great job of is containing Taylor King, keeping him in the pocket, sacking him, harassing him, and also with Manzanares, they eliminated him from the football game, that being Seth Manzanares, from doing anything to hurt them on the offensive side.
Yeah, we were told that he could be a big player and have a big impact on this game, but give credit to the Saints for not allowing him to do that. He's only got a handful of touches and hasn't been able to break free. 3rd down and 2, 3 receivers to the left side. We'll see if they sweep it that way, see if they can get Glover outside. Nope, fumbled snap. Nice job by Ray to corral it, but he throws it up for grabs, and that was almost intercepted at the 40.
Well, one of the things you're going to learn as a quarterback is, first and foremost, you got to get that snap. If you're going to miss your receiver, you have to miss him to the outside. And we just talked about Seth Manzanares. There he is on the out route, just basically a little quick out, 5-yard out, and lost the ball, that being Ray. Gets it in, almost was another disastrous interception going the other way for 7 points by Notre Dame.
They will go for it on 4th and 2. 92 seconds left in this game. Is Notre Dame Prep going to even its record at 2-2? The Bulldogs going to slip to 1-3 with a 3-game losing streak and still a long scoreless drought, apparently. They sweep it right side to Glover, who cuts it back inside. Will get a first down. He's off to the races. They may break the scoring drought. He's tackled inside the 20-yard line. So Khalil Glover with a nice big gain, and the Bulldogs still have life. And even though there's only a couple plays left in this one, it would be nice for them to put some points on the board.
You know, it's interesting. I watched a lot of the guys on the Notre Dame sideline that they want to preserve the shutout. And, you know, they're kind of laughing, but kind of upset and kind of laughing that, hey, look, guys, you know, let's prevent these guys from going into the end zone. Let's get the goose egg. Let's not allow them to get any kind of a situation where they break and get a cheap score. So you got a minute 22 left into this football game. They want to preserve it, so there's a little bit of anxiousness on the sideline of Notre Dame to preserve this shutout.
Now, we must point out that the running clock is no longer in effect in the final 2 minutes, so there's a little bit more time for the Bulldogs. They have 1st and 10 from the 20. Ray going for the end zone. It's a jump ball. And it's incomplete. Looked like it might be caught by 2 or perhaps 3 players, as Manzanares was there and about 3 purple jerseys as well.
It looked like Coleman Flights was the one that broke it up eventually. And if I'm Cooper Ray, Seth Manzanares, who's down there, Seth goes about 6'4". You got to lay this one up there. And it's a little bit of a jump ball. It's one of those, whoever can bring this one down, and maybe you just get lucky. But Manzanares, just a little bit, who's been going both ways, a little tired about right now to get much off the ground.
This time 2 receivers to the left, including Manzanares, with an I formation behind Cooper Ray. This time it's a handoff to Glover across the 15, bursts into the secondary, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Bulldogs at about the 8. And now we'd have a player down for the Saints at the 15-yard line, so the clock will stop with 1:04 left to play in the football game.
Well, this is the last thing that Coach Gregory of Notre Dame wanted. Anybody, getting hurt, whether you're first team or second team, that's one of those keys you just don't want to see here late in the game.
Be sure and follow AIA365.com all year long on Twitter and Facebook. Get the latest updates and see pictures, video, and more. AIA365.com is on Twitter and Facebook. So follow us and like us and be a part of the growing AIA365 community.
You got that Twitter thing down yet?
It's kind of passed me by. I figured that my thoughts aren't that interesting enough to let people know exactly what they are at the drop of a hat.
I don't get it. I've got the whole Facebook thing going, and my radio partner, Rock's got that whole Twitter thing going. I could barely keep track of myself, let alone keeping thoughts every 5 minutes of where I'm going, what's going on, that type of thing. I get the whole social media and marketing thing, but I tell you, Facebook is all I can handle besides the texting and voice messaging. I think I've got that down pretty good.
What about email? You got that?
I do got that.
Okay,
yeah,
I
did get into the new millennium, Chris. I will let you know. I've got that email thing. But what more do you need besides email, texting, voicemail, and then Facebook? Besides that, I don't get it.
The injury is taking a little bit longer, so we're going to take a break here at Scottsdale Community College. We'll be back in just a moment on AIA365.com.
Your Valley Toyota dealers are once again proud to partner with the Arizona Interscholastic Association. If you're looking for a new or used car, truck, or SUV, then be sure and visit one of the Toyota dealers in your area. You can find the dealer closest to you by going to valleytoyotadealers.com. In fact, that's the best place to start. You can find a dealer, get local specials, and start your price comparison all in one spot. So before you hit the streets, visit valleytoyotadealers.com and get the 411 on the Toyota that's right for you. The Valley Toyota Dealers, committed to the AIA and committed to getting you the best deal. valleytoyotadealers.com.
Ready to finish your college degree? Transfer to Grand Canyon University. Arizona's private Christian college, GCU offers comprehensive programs for both traditional and online students at exceptional values. Choose from degrees in business, liberal arts and science, fine arts, education, and healthcare. Contact us today for your personal transfer plan, detailed course schedule, and scholarship opportunities. Need to locate your transcripts? We'll help you find them. Visit transfertogcu.com.
Arizona Cardinals season tickets are on sale now.
Touchdown, Arizona! Larry Fitzgerald!
Don't miss a minute of exciting Cardinals action at University of Phoenix Stadium.
Duckett got him again! Touchdown! Harry Rose!
Oh, man!
For season ticket information, call 602-379-0102 or log on to azcardinals.com.
A sea of red and white.
Arizona Cardinals. Play as many. Stand as one.
At Buick, we think luxury should be something you can live in every day. Right where you are, wherever you are. It's an entirely new approach to luxury. And now, Buick is giving you an entirely new way to experience it. Introducing the Experience Buick Lease. Drive the Buick you want with the premium services you want, all included for 2 years. That's 2 years of hands-free calling, roadside assistance, and turn-by-turn navigation with OnStar. 2 years of news, sports, and commercial-free music from SiriusXM. And 2 years of routine maintenance that covers everything from oil changes to tire rotations. The Experience Buick Lease. It's a whole new lease on luxury. Maintenance plan covers select scheduled maintenance up to 2 years or 24,000 miles, whichever comes first. Visit experiencebuick.com for complete details. Visit OnStar.com for coverage and system limitations.
Looking for an amazing college experience? Grand Canyon University is the perfect place to earn your degree. With fun and friendly campus life, GCU offers the personal attention of professors who know you by name. Our undergraduate and graduate programs are supported by a 60-year heritage of quality Christian education and will put you on the right path to finding your purpose. Pursue your degree on campus, online, or in the evening. Register now at gcu.edu/purpose.
That was Kevin Vittaro, who had an injury that required a brace to be put on his leg before he could be helped off the field. But he is off the field now, and we're about to resume play. First down and goal for Goldwater inside the 10-yard line. Couldn't see exactly what happened to Vittaro, but he's being helped to the bench right now on the near side. Meanwhile, Cooper Ray is under center looking to throw. Has a man in the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, and Goldwater snaps its multi-quarter scoreless streak.
And good for Cooper Ray. I mean, there's some solace in this at all. Does a good job. Nice play call that time. Just a real simple throw into the end zone. And it looks like this one's off to the right side. Can't see who caught this.
Garrett Kern, I believe.
Garrett Kern comes out of absolutely nowhere, gets behind the secondary, and is wide open in the back of the end zone. So good for Goldwater. They preserve an opportunity to score, and that's what they do.
With just 45 ticks left on the clock, and like we said, in the second half, when you're down 42-0, you're just playing for confidence and to build on things, and that is something they can build on. As we said, they were shut out last week. The second half of the previous game, they were shut out, and through 3 quarters and 11 minutes, 15 seconds, they were shut out. But now they have points on the board with a chance to add an extra point from Tanner Horton. And he puts it through the upright. So it will be 49-7. And kicking off momentarily, maybe Goldwater will try the onside kick just to try it. I mean, that's a good special teams thing to work in this situation.
Well, I doubt it. What they'll probably do is they'll kick this one off deep. They'll go ahead and get this game over and go ahead and lick their wounds, go ahead and regroup. But, again, you got to feel good for the young quarterback in Cooper Ray to throw his first touchdown pass of the year. Coming into the game, the only one that was thrown was Taylor King, and he was 6 for 13. That's, they're not throwing the football that much at all at Goldwater, but he does a good job. Gets behind the defense that time, makes the catch, and catch both feet in bounds, right side of that goal line, and gets in for the score.
That was one thing we saw in the second half. You could almost see Cooper Ray's learning curve. He threw the interception, then threw another one too high, then put a pass on target, and then put a pass over defenders on target when he could have easily overthrown it to Kern. So Cooper Ray has grown up a lot in the last 2 quarters.
Well, that's called confidence. That's called setting your feet. and that's called throwing the football with a purpose, because a lot of times when guys get very skittish, they have a lot of pressure on them, they just drop back and they just throw it away. They don't have a purpose for throwing the football. So, again, he read the defense, says his receiver, get behind the defense. Nice little touch to throw it high into the outside where only his receiver could catch that for the touchdown.
Tanner Horton kicking off for only the second time. He opened the game with a kickoff, and now he'll boot it away again. It's a short pooch kick. Going to bounce at the 20-yard line and be picked up and taken back to the 30 to the 32-yard line. That's Brian Disbro.
On the return.
So maybe a play or two, and that should be the ball game. As Notre Dame, as we said, will improve to 2-2, and talk about breaking out of an offensive slump. Give credit to this entire Saints offense, especially the offensive line, who was opening up holes pretty much all night.
Yeah, they really did. They set the tone early on in this football game on the offensive and defensive side. And, you know, when you contain a quarterback that throws the ball fairly well and runs the ball, and then you take their top player, Seth Manzares, out of the game, that pretty much let everybody know that this Notre Dame team was coming out. They had a purpose in tonight's game after getting hammered last week by Hamilton, that they were not going to be let down, especially on a night when they honored their late coach in Scott Bemis.
So in doing so, Notre Dame gets its first win on American soil in 2012. Of course, they beat Father Judge over in Ireland on the final day of August, but this will be the first time inside the borders of Arizona that they have notched a victory, and they win it over Barry Goldwater, who drops to 1-3, 49-7. We'll be back to wrap this one up in just a moment from Scottsdale Community College here on AIA365.com.
Cardinals season tickets are on sale now.
Touchdown, Arizona! Larry Fitzgerald!
Don't miss a minute of exciting Cardinals action at University of Phoenix Stadium.
Dockett got him again! Touchdown! Harry Rose!
Oh, man!
For season ticket information, call 602-379-0102 or log on to azcardinals.com.
A sea of red and white.
Arizona Cardinals. Play as many. Stand as one.
I'm Professor Burke from the University of Farmers, and this is a pop quiz. How is insurance like fast food? Answer, for savings, the combo is the way to go. Yes, you want fries with that, and yes, you want to combine your auto and home policy with Farmers to save hundreds. I gotta stop scheduling these recording sessions so close to lunch.
If you want answers about saving money, you want a Farmer's agent. We are insurance.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
To speak with a Farmer's agent in your community, call 888-96-FARMERS.
A great night for the Saints fans of Notre Dame Preparatory Academy as they see their varsity football team notch an impressive 49-7 victory over the visiting Bulldogs from Deer Valley, Barry Goldwater. Luke Teferi with a couple of touchdown runs in the first quarter of 2 and 6 yards, and Conrad Kroles picking up a fumble and returning at 16 yards to close out the quarter at 21-0. Grant Martinez caught an 8-yard touchdown pass from Nick Duckworth early in the second quarter, and then Duckworth hit Maurice White later on in the quarter to make it 35-0 for a score. Maurice White then scored on defense, scoring on both sides of the ball, picking off a pass and racing 68 yards for the touchdown. On that play, the starting quarterback for Barry Goldwater, Taylor King, was injured, had to be taken off in an ambulance, and our thoughts and prayers are with him. The only other scores in the second quarter, Danny Sheridan, a 7-yard touchdown run to make it 49-0 for Notre Dame. And then with 45 ticks left, Cooper Ray, the backup quarterback for Goldwater, tosses an 8-yard touchdown pass to Garrett Kern. That's our final score, 49-7. And a great night for Notre Dame and Goldwater. They've got a tough one back at home against Sunny Slope, while Notre Dame Prep comes back here to take on Desert Mountain next week.
You know, and the one thing when you look at Notre Dame after they got hammered last week by Hamilton High School was to see several key players in this offense get on track. We talked about the defense, what Notre Dame did as far as shutting down Taylor King and also getting a chance to shut down Seth Manzanares in order to keep them contained and shut them down. I thought Nick Duckworth, a lot of confidence with him tonight throwing the football around. You talked about Luke Teferi and also looked at Jordan Schleter. both of those running backs getting a lot of confidence. Grant Martinez with an absolutely phenomenal touchdown catch to get this team, get this talent going. And this is a good washout victory after getting hammered and only scoring, you look at the score so far, just a scenario where they scored, 3 touchdowns coming into this game to get them back on track. So a lot of the key players needed to get on track because they've got a tough challenge next week going against Desert Mountain right here at Scottsdale Community College. Michael Allen, the fine young quarterback that's going to be here for Desert Mountain. So getting on the combination of all that. On top of that, you get your backups. They get a lot of playing time. Thomas Lehman gets an opportunity to play quite a bit. So do the other backups. They get into a situation where they've got some experience just in case some of those starters go down. So overall, this is what Gary Gregory and his staff at Notre Dame needed, especially on a great night. In reference to Scott Bemis, play like a champion today was culminated in a fine, fine evening here at Scottsdale Community College.
A fine night for fans of Notre Dame Preparatory Academy. They win 49-7 over Goldwater. I want to thank the coaching staffs of both Goldwater and Notre Dame for having us here, and thanks to the athletic director as well for the Saints, and thanks to our entire AIA365.com crew who worked very hard to bring you this football game. For Dan Minucci, I'm Chris Martin saying so long from Scottsdale Community College. Join us next week when Tempe travels to face Washington on AIA365.com.
This has been the 7th Annual Sollenberger Classic, a showcase of top teams from Arizona and Nevada. The Sollenberger Classic has been brought to you by Farmers Insurance. We are farmers. By Grand Canyon University. Find your purpose. By your Valley Buick GMC dealers, proud partner of AIA Sports and Activities. Check out the new Verano at your local Buick GMC dealer. By the Arizona Cardinals. Get your Cardinal season tickets now. By the Arizona Biltmore Resort. Your Valley Toyota dealers, a proud partner of the AIA. And by the Arizona Rattlers, your AFL 2012 champions. This has been an exclusive sports presentation from AIA365.com. Our students, our teams, our future.